Hopefully. Sure, you hearing me?
Yes, I am.
All right, that's good. I said that now in a second. Hold on. Uh, all right, one sec. Tonight, Donna, I don't see Donna on. Here, yeah, I'm not seeing you in the space, Donna.
Hear you guys.
All right, you need everybody. One second while we sort out all our issues. All right, I see Donna on now. One second while we get everything up and running. Everybody. All right, let me go again. You heard me? You heard me clearly, everybody?
Yep, I'm hearing you.
All right,
Yep,
perfect.
hearing you guys.
Great. Welcome. Hi, guys. Welcome to this week's Brick Talk. And before we get going, as usual, we just sort out all our any of the smaller tech issues that we have. While I do that, you guys can talk. Then I share you guys can talk. What you guys doing this week? Everybody home and try and safe?
Yeah, I mean, I watch it, so everything good so far.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Light rain. Nothing exciting.
No, not right now for a nice studio. Good.
All right. How the market with everybody this week?
Same as last week.
And that's good or bad though.
Wait, where am I?
It was good last week. Eh, not the same, but good same way, you know?
Same though different. Well,
Uh,
you said not the same. Last week we were
yeah.
talking about, well, I'm trying to start out what we spoke about on BrickTalk versus in the group. And I mean, yeah, last week was an interesting week, I think.
hmm
Connected
Yeah.
to.
Last week gave me good looks into this week, so that's why it's not the same. I was looking at more things this week, and I think at our nice session at the start of the week with a client, we were looking at something very popular thing. We spoke about it last week, and
Mhm.
it more than a session with the client. We spoke about careers and so on. So looking more at it this week. So yeah, I felt good looking deeper on that.
They caused it to have any
Over.
they caused it to have any different views on the whole career as
Mm. Oh yeah, I mean, you saying the thing that with you looking at it for say with a more retail lens, that made me look at it, and yeah, I truly see what you're saying there,
oh you
and
yeah, you mean the movement, the share price, yeah.
uh, uh, and some interesting buys and sales happened this week. Yeah, it's interesting trades. So, boy, it was clutching the all-time high, and then somebody sold down to 17 or so, and seeing the moves around that. Yeah, it was good, interesting to watch. So
Or I didn't follow it up that much. I just at the
yeah,
time looking at it, it
that's
just
the
looked
quiet part because that made me follow it up more.
word.
Like that conversation and what he's doing. I say, we'll find a little more.
Hmm. Interesting. I think that's interesting. You see, well, I don't know if you want to or you can't say. I mean, yeah.
It's not much
What?
to say. Oh, I only said so much, but it's not much to say in truth. Just- I'm considering buying.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh,
I mean, a
yeah,
consideration
I
to the
think when I say
price.
considering, when I say considering buying, I think it's more than a consider. If it, I'm more than likely will be buying some.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
Even though, but there was a sell down. I don't
hmm
think I looked at it again after our conversation. So I don't even know if
Yeah, man, somebody fling some more units in the queue, knock it to
word
17.
word. Hmm. And that I don't know if I'd call that retail though.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not the retail part. Yeah, just look at like seeing the amount of trades and how they happen. A lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, this is retail."
Hmm.
It's still going strong. Still trading a
Yeah.
lot.
It's still trading a lot and at all-time highs, near all-time highs. Um, yeah, that's it's always not surprising, but it's always a nice sign when you see something hitting all-time highs, but with strong volume and
hmm
continuing. Yeah. So Shay, how about you? How's the week been for the market? Touch it again this week? Shay, you hearing us? I think Shay is sound off. Shay, you hearing me? You were not hearing, I thought.
Nah, fair enough. Though. Well,
Oh,
actually get knocked off. They're requesting. Okay.
yeah. Not sure why. Give her 1 second and she should be good to go.
Go. Yes,
Okay.
I'm hearing you. I might. And can you hear me now?
Yeah, man, I can hear you fine.
Excellent.
But actually, I
Yes.
should check on this. Danai, can you hear her? Now
Yeah, I can hear. Yep,
that
yep.
that's often where we have the trouble where,
One side here.
yeah, exactly. For some reason, I realize sometimes when you guys talking that you don't hear each other. From how the sounds for me, I can tell you guys don't hear each other. So sometimes I share be saying something and either you talking over or you saying something and she talking over you.
Oh no, sometimes I'm just eager to talk and not talk over people.
Yeah, yeah, but no, I can tell when it is that you don't hear our thought because like it's obvious when it happened.
Hmm.
At least it's obvious on my side. I think it's obvious on the listener's side too. But yeah, Shay, I said, how you doing? How the market treating you this week? Or did you
um,
dodge it again this week?
I did a few things this week, I think. Let's see. Let's log in and see what I was up to. I was up and down this week again, but I did manage to get on for a little bit.
Yeah, boy.
I know.
No, sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead, continue.
I I played a little. There were some orders in the queue.
Hmm.
Like I think the SBL went through. Yeah, at some point.
Okay.
I think I grabbed some deco. Wasn't a lot, but yeah, we've got some time.
All
Oh, and
right.
I did get some Fisco as well.
Tesco.
Hmm.
Tesco, that's so.
So no longer
So
the people's gas station.
I don't know. I think it still is. It's just
It's a
uh,
competition.
yeah. Well, you have competition. We're talking business. Are we talking the stock price?
I mean, I thought it was stock.
Yeah, the stock. That's an interesting one. I mean, let's just get started. I can go
Oh,
right into it.
there's absolutely nothing interesting there. I promise you. It's
What,
just the
Fesco?
money. It's
You wouldn't
just
buy it
about the
there.
money.
Nah, man. It's. I bet it's difficult to find anything on the local market that's not interesting.
Interesting.
No,
Yeah.
as in for my what I'm doing, it's not like that. But
But then
of
even
course it's
then,
interesting.
no, that's the problem, Shay. That is the problem. You're into the same issue of me and you're always talking about, where
Mm-hmm.
our baseline for interesting has moved up so far that the thing we're doing is interesting generally because that's the only reason we're doing it. But because it's not like a different because
Good point. Good
it doesn't
point.
excite us like how it used to. So our threshold for excitement is it thinning or expanding? Which one? But it's the thing that excites us now isn't oh my it has to be it has to feel like it more than our normal. So
Yeah.
this
That
play
makes
make a bag
sense.
of
That
money in a
makes
very
sense.
short
Yeah.
amount of time and you see it before say run into it and that's exciting. But this other thing you're doing it making good money in normal good money in good time for everybody and who don't do this thing like how you do it. But
Mm-hmm.
when you think of it, it's not a big interesting move to you. Because I
Good
promise you,
point.
to a
Very
lot of
good
people
point.
buying carriers for the last 10 years and look at the dividend yield, look at the dividends that I'm getting over that time. It's interesting.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep. And also, you like sometimes, not sometimes, along the same lines what Dan I just said. Uh, I think maybe just because of the kind of conversations that I've always curated, like we are really spoiled. So sometimes, like if you
Hmm.
just step outside it and truly get back to where real people are from an investment perspective,
Hmm.
Hmm.
most people are like most people don't know what's happening with their money.
Hmm.
And for those of us like who actually know what you get for money out there, yeah, 1% is the 1 to 2% is the norm. 3% is good
Hmm.
for a year for everybody putting their money away. Savings account,
Hmm.
1 year, 1.06%. So
That's why fixed deposits are big to people.
exactly,
Hmm.
That's why dividends are big to people. That's why
Hmm.
exactly.
bonds are a big deal to get into. Oh, I will not forget COVID coming and shifting up things and then the interest rates flying. And people talking about what you call it? Basically fixed deposit. They when maybe return you can get it. The conversations around what you call it the bank something the BOJ something. Everybody knows it.
CDs.
CDs,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like CDs. When people are having that conversation as about CDs and people thought people hear it. I can get what 8 10% which before fees. People were jumping.
Yep. As well, they should
So
too, because
mhm,
yeah, that's
you
a
are spoiled.
yeah, man. We really are spoiled. So like, all boring is
Yeah. The only reason you're
I
doing it is because it is interesting.
exactly, yeah. And bear in mind, what was the thing? What was the thing last week that you mentioned that was quote unquote
The
boring? I was
ECL,
actually
ECL, which has turned
ECL.
out to be very not boring.
Exactly, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's you never know, and if it don't come from you, it don't come
It's
from then it
true.
don't come from me. We always invite the listeners to jump on and talk
Talk about
about
them.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah, ask us questions, converse. It's a conversation that you guys all get to also join in on. And especially now, I figure everybody home. I don't know if it's the most exciting Friday night for people out. So I think it's a chance for people to also jump on and ask us about the market or thoughts on anything and get some feedback. Yeah. So I wouldn't discount our stuff at all. Having said that, I'm going to just have us go live on everything right now, and I do the
Mhm.
disclaimer. We go in like literally 3 seconds. So we are live. And hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Brick Talk. Randy, and as usual, we have an exciting topic for you. And as usual, we have a little moment at the start where we talk on Twitter. And as usual, we have me doing the disclaimer before we get going. The disclaimer is simple. Um, I'm not an investment advisor. The show is not investment advice. Nothing said on the show should be taken as investment advice. Danai, co-host, is an investment advisor, a licensed investment advisor. However, the things that we talk about on the show are literally our thoughts on the market, so on and so forth. But you should not take any of that as investment advice at any point in time, right? You should make all the investment decisions with the help of a licensed investment advisor in a session that is geared towards your specific needs, all right? And I think everybody should know that. If you didn't know, now you know. So, with that said, welcome to this week's Brick Talk, where we're talking about rainy day stocks. And you just heard from me, I'm Randy. You guys know me. And just so you hear everybody's voice, you hear Shade and Danai. And for the people watching, you see the stuff on screen. So you know it. We also have My Money JA data to help us. So yeah, I just asking everybody how they're doing. She was just telling us about her exciting, seemingly boring moves. Uh, and then I was also kind of doing the same and talking about a little bit of careers. And of course, as always, we invite anybody who wants it to join us on Twitter. You hit the link, you send a speaking request, ask us whatever you want. We'll talk about whatever it is that you'd like to speak about. And yeah, it's a chance for you to get into the conversation with us. And yeah, so this week, rainy day stuff. But I'd come up with that title. Then I had asked me, also because he asked Dana if it was.
If it's the hurricane or the metaphor.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, I just pick both.
Mhm.
I
But
choose.
Why you
exactly what I
choose?
choose. Which one do you think is more applicable though than I? Like which one jumped to mind first?
Mm. That's the thing. I thought it wasn't a matter at first. I thought of both of them as I asked question.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, but then I also thought of it and said this hurricane can be the rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
It can be like something can happen, or preparation for it might just run your pocket. So you have to do search. So you have to say, "Oh, all right, this what that money was there for. So let's pull it." And so it's mixed. So that's what I really thought of. I thought of them same time, and then immediately I said it could be the same thing. It could be, oh, yo, this hurricane can create a rainy day or just be the rainy day. I need the
Yes.
money now, and what have I been doing in that time? And then you have to look forward, right? Very, very, very quickly, it's what's the next rainy day? How do I prepare for things like this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny while you're talking, I just realized something. Like today might be a great example of the value of the market and it serving as a rainy day in the traditional sense. You put money for a
Mm-hmm.
rainy day because Trans Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
had their dividend payout today.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, sure. For a lot of people who may be doing some sort of hurricane prep, um, collecting that dividend today of all days, getting
Getting bread
that.
money.
Yeah, man. If you hit your bank account today, or your brokerage account, or whatever today, yeah, it's a good exactly your bread money. It's a great day, a great. I think it's a great opportunity. It's a great signifier for the market, right? The money that you may have put away over the weeks, over the months, over the years. Some people have been in Jamaica from from IPO, and it is the most popular stock on the market. So, of all the things to be delivered today, I think some money in our pockets from a dividend like this is one of the better one. And gains too, because Jamaica itself is still at a nice spot. It's not at the highest point that it's been this year, but it is
Mm-hmm.
at a nice enough high. I think 424 today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, if you're cashing out even some of that for whatever you might need, it's a great thing to have. A great, great, great thing to have. I always say that, there's a feeling you have when you sell a stock, um, because you have to do something. So you cash out of the market for whatever, um, and you feel well. But some people feel bad. I think it's natural. You can people, oh yeah, so when I sell the Carreras or the Transmit or the whatever, I sold the shares to go do something so not in the market anymore. And I'm like, one, don't feel bad. You can always come back in the market. It's cheap too. And two, it, that's a good thing, right? You have to face any situation, be able to sell some shares in order to handle the situation is an amazing thing because in another universe you have the situation anyway, but you don't have the shares to sell to deal with it. So yeah, it's wonderful. Or the dividend to collect to deal with it. So wonderful. This is a wonderful thing. And if you collect the dividend, but everything already sorted out, you buy up your four bread already. Um, you might be looking at something to do with that dividend money to sell. That's also an opportunity, an exciting opportunity. Maybe putting that money away for a rainy day. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I never actually know I'm saying the trying to make a thing. I never thought of that. If you put in some of that trying to make a money away today, what would you do? Shay, what would you do with it? If you're putting away you got your trying to make a dividend today and you're putting it away. Or you putting it back into something. What are you putting it into?
That's real.
Yes, wow. She said, yo, no hesitation. Wow. Wow, no hesitation. Straight SVL. Why?
Because I think they will meet my goal for my money by December 31st.
Word. I should be ultra careful with that. But I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, that's how I buy that's how I buy everything. That's always the reason. But in this specific case,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's exciting about it? For December 31st, you're buying no with December 31st in mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I don't have the time right now to be trading like I was in the summer.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Which I get Shema.
I generally have less to do in real life when I'm in foreign.
Mm.
Which I get
So
Shema.
when when I'm in foreign, I'm online a lot. I have a lot of free time. I'm not in my real life, so I don't have a lot of real life things going on. So
Okay.
I can sit on JTrade and Moneyline all day, every day if I want. But then I get down here and there's just so much to do.
Uh-huh.
So I don't have the time to sit and every day. So a large part of my money needs to be in something that I can collect throughout the quarter and kind of chill out.
Yeah, I think why then I feel like you're going sideways into the thing that always hits every serious investor. I think you go sideways into that thing where like the day to day, the heavy day to day, there's a limit to it if you're good at it. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a legit limit to it if you're good at it. I mean, even if you're good at it, unless you love it completely, and you also don't want to go above a certain level. So you're I don't know, flipping like what, flipping 100 grand, and trying to flip 100 grand every week or something. You're kind of stuck in it. Once you
Mm-hmm.
once you start, you're trying to grow above that. You're kind of going to have to shift the plays up.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, in foreign and chilling or not, I think you're coming up against the wall that you just naturally have to with the market, the local
Mm-hmm.
market at least. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I say 100 grand, but what do you think that wall really is, that? What you
Yeah,
think is
that's
good?
that's what I was going to ask you because
Maybe like 500.
500K that can
Mm-hmm.
be flipped month to month aggressively.
What you call
Mm-hmm.
flip? Give me breakdown flip like returns wise. Every
Yeah,
month I want to make how much on the five
yeah,
hundred.
yeah. That's usually, I don't know.
In the market every day?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah,
In
if
the
you say
market?
No, no.
500 is the limit, what are you
No,
doing
no,
with it?
you fine. What you doing the 500? What's your goal for that
Oh,
500?
in the market every day, I feel like I can get maybe every single day. You probably can do a
I
twenty
never say everything
percent
that
or
you said, you
more.
know.
No, no. All right. So what are we talking? When you get to 500 or more, you're going to be limited in what you can. In fact, even 300, you're limited in what you can put it and put it into and get it back out easily.
So you
Mm-hmm.
go,
So
so you're
then
That's
it's
what
going,
I'm saying. I
coming
use it
down
every day.
to,
So what?
yeah.
So
So
500 you
every
doing what?
single, if it's a one day something, then your
Shay,
figure has to be
uh-huh.
smaller. If it's something that you're going to be doing over a couple of days, then you can do more because then you
So what are
can
you
wait
doing? So
for it.
give me the
Mm,
thing there. So give me. So give like break that down like more than just the time. Give me the time already. So like returns wise. What you So you say every day. When
five
you say every day,
percent. All
what
right,
do you
say
mean every
five
day? So you mean
percent.
like every single day you go you're day trading, you put it in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
market today and you put it out
Every
today.
day on the market, you can get 1 3% to 5%
On how
really?
much?
if you have like say 100 grand.
100 grand. Oh, that's fair.
I mean, I agree that every day you can get 3 to 5,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
not
yeah. But the
more.
thing is,
Yeah,
the hard thing the thing is we see 3%, we see that move
yeah.
every day, right? So the real thing is
Mm,
But doing
you have to
it,
find it every day.
yeah, doing it every day is another matter now. See, that's
And
where
doing
it
it every
gets
day that
harder.
is very yep. So all right, cool. I
mm-hmm.
find the stock I will do that with every day. And also
Not gonna be the
it
same
don't have
stock
it
every
doesn't be
day.
these stock, could be more than one stocks. But then that's
Mm-hmm.
the next thing too. You're watching trends hard in a certain way, right?
Yeah, but you're there every day. So
The money there every day. Again, we see the report at the end of the day. It happen every day. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right about that.
yeah, it happens every day. But you get what Dan I said, which is it happens every day. But
Mm-hmm.
doing it every day is another matter. Like something goes up more than 3 or 4% every single day. There's no
Mm-hmm.
question.
But you have to be the one to
Mm-hmm.
be in that thing.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
but but you going into it, you finding it. So that means like what you said, 500, is it 500 or 300, which matters. Let's
Mm-hmm.
even say 300. So you put in three. You're getting up from pre-open. You're watching it. You're deciding where to deploy that 300 Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You go in. You pick. I mean, we can use hypothetical, but you can use real tickers. So you decide that, okay, based on how things look and what I'm expecting, Scotia is gonna go up the 5% today. You put in for the Scotia 5%. You make the move. Maybe you do a yard. You get out. It's not gonna be Scotia tomorrow.
It might be.
It might be, yeah, true. Depending on how things go, it might be. But but
That's
you
why I say I
know,
watch trends hard. You have to
it,
either know, you have to know like the stocks you're doing for that time,
mm,
or you think that, or you're looking at a difference. I mean, you might have that. You might have to say, yo, I'm looking for a new stock every day, and that's hard. That's hard.
that's difficult.
It's much easier when you can say I expect this thing to move this way over the month, and I can be do X. A good example was like NCB other day. I think certain moves they happen over the month or more than a month, to be honest. And I know these are the bands that are moving with this thing, and that's how they move. This is how I be trading it. That's way easier than all right. I'm gonna do the Scotia today because the dividend nice, and I think trading gonna happen. But then the dividend period move, and the people get move different now that dividend is no longer on the table in that time.
Hmm.
What am I going to do tomorrow?
Yeah. So how do you handle that shit? Because also remember, like I mean, depending on who your broker is, how your broker set up. You're looking on like
1% each way.
okay, so you're looking 1% each way. So 3%
Mm-hmm.
is 5%, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
have to find the 5%, 5% every day. and getting it wrong is extremely expensive.
Yep.
Yeah, getting it wrong is extremely expensive. So I don't know. I mean, not obviously we're not saying it can't be done. We've all done it. It's just I don't know if it,
So the hard part would be that I say, oh, yeah, do it. I've done it.
mhm.
I have no. It's been a long while since I don't even read. I say a long while, but even like really, it wasn't like a strong frequency thing for me. Like, oh, I was never really in the market looking day trade every single day. I'm doing this.
Yeah, at
Like
all.
maybe for a certain period of time, and I see a stock and I think I'm gonna do it. But I don't think it was never my MO to just in the market and look and say, oh, all right, today, what we're doing today? What's the move today? I need a stock for today. Yeah, I don't think that was ever me really.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in it. I love to like. I said that. I don't know if that's real. I say I'd love to do it,
But you don't know if you
but
actually
the
would love
doing
to do
of
it.
it into it, I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe mm, maybe I romanticize it in certain way, but to do I actually want to think that maybe not, because that's actually work, right?
Yo, it's
Sit down
so
there
much
every day
work.
looking at
Yeah.
one thing there. Again, I have a good idea. I like it. I think I like the idea of it, but do I actually want to be doing that as my thing? Like, all right, cool, we wake up, I love between sessions, that kind of thing. I don't know. It's so nice, right? And I know people love it. I know people love the idea of it.
I know people love the
But
idea of it. Yeah.
and even again, I say that because I know I like the idea of it. It's cool. I watch movies and whatever. It's real. It's presented in a certain way, and it is a certain way. But I know the reality of it, the level of work, that thing that they put behind something like that.
Having
Yeah.
done it over a long time, like it's not the once you can do it and you have done it effectively, that day-to-day
Mm-hmm.
thing, the first and you love investing, the first real goal on your mind is to get out of having to do it. Yeah, like the point behind
Yeah.
getting, yeah, you
Yeah.
want to get out of having to do
But
it.
a large part of investing is it's less work than my day job. It's less work than any other kind of day job.
Mhm.
You not I don't mean less work in terms of boy less things to do. It's less action. I at my day job when I work anywhere, I for go in at 9 to 5 and investing. I don't have to clock in to make money, right? The
Mhm.
clocking in is I read some things and then I make a decision and then I buy the thing and I sit back, relax and watch the show.
Mhm.
That's a large part of the appeal of investing. So to be doing, oh, all right, cool, every single day I'm doing this, then it becomes a job, more than it is now. The action of it is stronger. You have to do that kind of research every day. You have to, yeah, that going through those motions is a real thing. It's not easy. And
At
then
all.
you're moving away from people. I've heard it said. I don't remember where exactly. Or the investor mindset. Move away from the employee mindset to the investor mindset. People say that in a lot of the self help and the investment spaces, investment learning spaces. You hear that the investment mindset is I don't work for money. Money work for me. That kind of thing.
That's
So,
that's easy to say.
but it's easy to say. But
Very, very
so,
easy
so
to
imagine
say.
it.
Yeah.
Imagine it. But then the fact that they say it, I know what it is. It sounds good. It appeals to people in a certain way. That specific action, that kind of thing appeals to people. So
Hmm.
people invest because they don't want to have two 9 to 5s to make that money. They want to have the 9 to 5 one time, and then this thing make the money for them.
Yeah, I get that. But then they also you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't have
You
you're
can't.
stuck in you both, right? Either you're going to be doing that day-to-day thing, which as we know, at least, well, as I know and as I know that I knows, I think that's what maybe saying to you, Shay, like it's not. That's well, I don't know Dan answer, but I had asked why, like, what the amount of money is that you think you could
Oh yeah.
do it
So I get it.
because
Me and my time it's
yeah, because of what the like the idea behind it is, right? So if you say you do it with 500, you say maybe 300, that flipping is going in something and coming out that day also fully.
mm-hmm. But then think about that.
What I asking, I don't know if that's
Y-
what Shay means, because that makes a world of difference too, as we know.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So, Shay.
Sometimes.
But
Sometimes
then,
it's a day trade. But like I said, the higher you go, the less likely it is
uh-huh.
that you're going to be able to do it in one day.
And a big deal there is you go in with 300 and come out with 5% on your 3% on your 300. It's not 300 anymore. So are you going? You get me? So the profit, a big part of what we know is the big thing in your mind is the profit of to do something. So I'm going to, if you find a hard limit at 300, not that you say, not that that's what you said, Shay, but if somebody finds a hard limit at 300, I mean that's the kind of action they get on 300. Then when it's 350 now, boy, it look harder, right? The money is growing, so if 300 is a limit, then the profit not really doing anything if it's only 300 going back in tomorrow.
Mm.
So that's one of the intrinsic difficulties of that kind of action. It's I'm doing this thing, and it's based on it's largely based on how much money I'm moving when I'm doing this thing. Immediately it gets harder the more money it becomes. But if you're doing it right, then the more it becomes more money. Just so. So if it's 300, if I can only do it with 300, then 315. What I doing the 15? Because I already put tomorrow again is 300. So what do I do with the 15 now if I have it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's another 15 a day after that. The money naturally grows. And you can't even lie to yourself and split the money because of my money. You can't know, boy, 300 doing this and 300 doing that.
Well, no, people do that. Well, shout out to Jutsa. She just tweeted, I know she's saying that remember, if you have multiple 300Ks and put it in 4 stocks,
Mm-hmm.
that will move, then you don't have to do it every day. That's one way to do it, but I
No,
mean, that's splitting it up 4 ways.
I don't get it. No, I want
I,
to hear that. Just please call in. I want to talk about that. But but because of
yeah,
how I think about that, Randy, it's still my 300. Like if you tell me, like, is it based on the stock or the action? Right? I'm not saying 300. Are you saying 300 per stock, or are you saying 300 and move 300 what I feel where that's my true comfort in being able to do this thing like that? Because
well,
if 300 per stock, yeah, it becomes harder. And boy, yeah, I have to find more than one stocks now to do it.
well, based on what she said, she's saying that, if you have her exact words were if you have multiple 300Ks and you put it in 4 stocks. So I guess if you have 1.2 mil, you split it
Mm-hmm.
4 ways, so 300 each. And then she said, for example, CPJ, FESCO, NCB, and GK. Then
Mm-hmm.
you
All
don't
right.
have to. Then you
So,
don't have to
but then
do it every
when
day.
your 1.2 becomes 1.5, now you have to find five stocks. When your 1.5 becomes 1.8, now you have to find six stocks.
Hmm.
It
And that's also ignoring the one, the time limit that Shay mentioned, and two, the
mm-hmm.
reality of
And it was already
that
half
kind
of the
of that
building.
kind of diversification where
Yeah.
if two move down, yeah. So
Uh, and like just under it was hard enough to do the one.
yeah,
So now for find two, now for find three.
now
And
find
the
four.
reality is, if you can, like, where you like you were skilled enough, like you were finding that so often. You so often were finding stocks like every single day. You had five stocks doing that. Think enough, and you were limited by the money you could make. You could do it with. Was that the case, or no? I'm in a position where I have I have those things. How much is the thing then? Because what's the real limit then? If I have five stocks and I know I have money for six moves like that, do I magically know have six stocks to do that with? And it's not like the market was like had. Is it? Like, in my mind, it's not like the market also ripe with options for that kind of thing where boy, yeah, you would just identify six and you were choosing one, and then no, you have two. No, you're choosing two. No, you're choosing three. Like
Yeah,
your other option does your other option just didn't go down. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. No, I get to,
Like
but I don't know
every
if
single day you just maintain six. Like yeah, every single day you maintain six, and then, okay, cool. You know you have the money for seven. Do you magically have six, seven options for that?
I don't know. Shay, you tell us, because like I said, my first thing is to move away from it once you can do it. It's difficult.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
think it's
enthralling.
almost
Yeah,
you almost have to. I don't
yeah.
feel almost. I think you have to,
And certainly to get above a certain level.
especially on the level of work. Like
Yeah,
because just doing the action of six, you reach the level of money for seven now. Like you're telling me to compound in the work. You're not compounding. You just keep ending up with more work to do in the same one day you have.
yeah. Well, that's what I say, Shay. Like, what do you think? I say that. Well, tell me your
Yes,
thoughts, Shay.
Judas said. That's what I said. I want Judas to say. Because Shay's not the one that said that.
True. Yeah,
Shay
but
mentioned the 300. Shay, do you agree with Judas on that then? In that way,
with the splitting up.
Um,
I think it happens to a point, but then how much is
yeah,
like at what level?
you
Yeah, it
can you
is like
can definitely split up the $1 million if you don't want
at what
to
point you say,
try put
boy, we have too
everything.
much money for this, like, or do you really think you just gonna keep having options? Because eventually you have more money than the market, right? You have more money than stocks on the market. If you're this, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, my understanding is that this money, the profit goes into something else. The
As
profit
in
goes elsewhere.
outside of the market.
Outside of the play.
Outside of either outside of the market or outside of the day trading money. I mean in the past, Judes I would call in and say, oh, may I make money if you go on one trip, or may I make money if you
Mm-hmm.
pay for this, or may I make money if you pay for that. So I mean, if it's working and
Hmm.
it's paying for her stuff, I don't see a problem.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, strong
Yeah,
point.
I don't really see a problem with that.
No, it's not that there's a problem.
No
It's
problem. To me is well, I again how I think of how I my action in the market when think of the market a certain way. And
Hmm.
I don't often want to take money. I don't want to be as much as you're not making the money for the making the money's sake. I feel most comfortable when my money doesn't have to leave the market. You hear me?
hmm
If I make money, I want to find something else to put that money in. The profit must be doing something that's not paying for someone outside of the market, or that's my hope often.
hmm well, I'm not
Also, my money that's made in the market goes back into the market.
okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's a good. If you have that option, that's
Or that's
good.
my aim generally. It's like sometime yeah, they pay for something, but the typical for me is that it's not.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking here is that like I just want to put structure around it. Meaning what we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about there, like you mentioned the 300K, you did mention the
Okay.
300K share, and you're saying, well, it's a 500K or 300K. What would you be doing with it? So if it's
Mm-hmm.
like you say, if you have when you have more time, like when you overseas, you have more time. You're just looking to spin what you can off that principle.
Yeah. What do you do for fun? Do you guys do stuff for fun?
Oh yeah,
Loads of
man.
stuff.
But
That's what's fun for
the
me,
truth
though.
is,
That's what's fun for me. So,
But then the growing it isn't fun.
hold on, no. Hold on. What it a grow? It is growing.
True.
And somebody else might want to go out and do some stuff, but this is fun for me.
not say it isn't to me as well, but not in the same way. The truth is not in the same way at all. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not
So
the
when
trade.
I
Day
have
trading is the
time
thing I
for the
think of.
fun,
What in it? So
when I
far
have
from.
time for the fun, yeah, I can do it. But if I don't have time, then I don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then uh, okay, yeah. I'm not saying no. It's not
That
that.
that
Yeah, it's not
yes
that.
and no. Yes and no, because I don't know. My mind with this specific thing, my mind thinks of it in if I try to break down the efficiency.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it. I'm
I
actually not
mean, when
doing
I'm
this
having
for.
fun,
I
it's
find
not
a lot of
about
things about this fun.
efficiency. Fun is not often efficient.
yeah. But
It isn't.
hold on. But what
But
exactly
that's
is the fun for you? So I
yeah.
can tell you like what I
Well,
find extremely fun about it. If you think of it like
Yeah.
getting it right,
Exactly. That's it, Ernie. That's a
yeah,
yes or no.
getting it right
Yes. It
and
making
growing,
money
and you
and
know it's
feeling the
right when it
excitement of it.
grows.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so
Mm-hmm.
the big is like a high
mm-hmm.
score. I want to
Yeah.
get to the higher score.
Yes.
There's a
Yeah. Yeah.
limit. What
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is that there's a limit to how much of a high score you can set with
You get
that
in this thing.
strategy. Yeah.
Yes. That's why I say
Mm-hmm.
that's why I say efficiency shit. Because then it comes to a point where I read that look and say, if I were to make, because you say 300, the 300 becomes bigger, then I know that I hit a line now where I can't really, the 3% on 600 becomes harder, the 3% on 900 becomes harder, 3% on 1.2 becomes harder. And I just immediately think then, then I don't go for 3% in a day on 1.2 because maybe I say about my limit. Suppose I say I can't do this in more than 3 stocks. I don't see my ability of every single day identifying more than 3 stocks that they move 3%, right? So I know 900K is my limit, but I have 1.2 no. My thought immediately then is, all right, what do I do with the 1.2? And what's the straightest line to the most profit for the 1.2? And I know at that point, because I can identify plays for more than every single day for more than 900, then I know the 1.2 is not doing a 900 type situation. It becomes all right, maybe a longer timeline, and say maybe it's what's three times 3 times 20, say 60 for the month, right? Then can I say then 1 point what will get me 60 for 60% in a month on 1.2? Then that's what my mind will immediately think.
That
And I have to say, is that possible? Maybe I've cut it down because again, 900 was my limit for 60% doing the day trading. So it's not the 1.2 can't get thing there. 1.2 in my mind already day trading not gonna make me not gonna make 60% for the month on 1.2. So I have to say, all right, then what's the other kind of play I have to make within a month, and what's the money I can make from that, and I have to balance and see. Just to trade off of that, and which one make more sense profit wise. So I have to it becomes very quickly that I start thinking about efficiency for that, because as I say, the fun in this is not me putting in a trade. I even tweeted that at one time and then fight me. So again, the investing, the action of it isn't fun. Buying a stock, like putting money in my J trader and pressing buy, that's not fun for me. Maybe it is for you. I'm asking actually. Is that part of the fun part for you?
It is.
just
It is fun for me.
just the buying.
The process is fun for me. I
you like
often
shopping?
But what?
like processes.
But where do you get the joy? Like
I'm a collector. When I was a kid, I used to collect toys. I never
I'm a
played with them.
collector
I just
hard.
collected them. I like collecting stuff. I
We
like
throwing them away at the end of the day,
getting
shit.
it.
So you're not really collecting. You're not buying
Yeah,
stuff to hold them.
yeah, but
So
that's
sorry,
all
you're
right
collecting.
because I get to do it again.
Oh, you're
okay.
our brains work differently then.
Yeah,
Thing that.
it be like that sometimes.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know that. Yes, go ahead.
no, you don't continue.
I don't. If I don't have time, I just don't do it.
All
It's
right.
just like say
That's interesting
somebody
to
who
hear. That's really interesting to hear.
plays ball every evening, and then maybe one day just not have time to go play ball for like 1 week or 1 month,
Uh,
and then you just don't play ball for that month.
That's
all right. So then, what about the actual make money side of it then?
Yeah, money is made.
No, cool. But if
no.
somebody's doing it not for, it's not like, hey, I went to the casino, I have
No,
50
so what
grand,
you're saying
and it
is,
done, it done.
do you have fun even you don't make money? So if you play don't work, you have fun.
Generally does.
No. But if it doesn't make
No, but so
money,
if in the case where it doesn't, so you play don't work out today.
Mhm.
Do you have fun doing it? Right. So or maybe, or is it at this that only part of that process is the fun part? I mean, like, so like, maybe you have fun making the money and doing the thing. So
Yes,
in the case where you don't make money, you're happy at the start, but so it was
womp
fun for
womp.
you.
Okay, I
Hmm.
guess it's a challenge now. What? How am I fix it?
But so you're talking the fun part again for me. The challenge for
yeah,
me, the
yeah.
working it out, the actual doing it. That I don't see where. I'm not saying you have a problem. I'm not saying I have a problem. I'm actually saying I just don't see it. It warms my brain to hear you say that. Like
Yeah.
somebody say, "Yo, buying a stock is fun," and that's crazy to me. Because again, when you say we do things are fun, again, my phone things are very related to Randy. I like to read, so it's to the point where I will read too much. Again, I'll find myself
No such
procrastinating
thing.
on something else because I found a book to read.
Oh yeah.
I really love stories, so I go deep into a story. One of the biggest things that when Randy tells me a story about something on the market that happened way back when, just hearing a story of it is a big. It's just hearing it is fun for me.
But what's the? You see, that's what I'm trying
But
to.
to make a trade that twists. You say that twists my brain. So say, oh, she get up and press buy on a stock and she like doing that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
It's a
It
part of the
makes me think. It
process.
makes me think of people that like shopping.
yeah. But hold on, you say it's a
Yeah,
part of the
but
process.
that's the point. I like buying. I like buying things. I like I like it.
Y-
I like it.
Yes, Shay, but okay. So the growing of the portfolio doesn't come into it for you.
Of course it does.
All right. So let me tell you what I say plain because I think maybe we're losing the plot here.
Mhm.
What I'm thinking about is the like it's also extremely fun for me. So I don't. That's I lost, but the fun is in the outcome, right? It's like you're
Mhm.
playing a game and it's difficult, but then when you beat that level, it's that's the joy. And
Validation. Oh, I
yeah,
did this thing.
yeah, and the same you can't play the same level and get the same joy again. And if you just play the same, if you play the first level of Mario again and again and again and again, you have to find a different thing in it for it to become fun for you. So that's why games change, right? So what was hard at
That's why I
level
move on to a
one,
new game.
yeah, man. What was hard at level one is not hard at level five, and the strategy at level one is just basic at level five. I'm thinking about the that
Like
buying
even
that daily flip idea is amazing. It's exciting, accelerate. Like I tell people I've done the 10 grand to 100 grand run. Amazing run. I've done the 100 grand to a
Mhm.
million run.
but
Amazing
you're
run.
talking about you're talking about the process of it. No, Randy,
Yeah, I talk on process
again,
and doing
no,
it.
no, no, no. So
Doing
you
was also a daily
again,
thing. It was at that time it was a
you want to
daily
change that.
thing.
But the reason you contextualize it, you contextualize it different from Shay. You said 10 to 100, so you're talking about the level,
Yeah.
it's still the
Exactly.
same
Yeah.
line of fun. So I agree with that. It's
But I was coming at it from a strategy perspective now, Shay, where I'm talking about okay,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course it's fun, but at the core of it, we all still want money and we all want to grow our portfolios. And it's just like me
Mhm.
seeing somebody at level one or level four now doing the level two strategy, and I'm like, yeah, I know how fun that strategy is, but you can't pass level four with that because you
Yes,
need
that's it.
something else to
That's
go to
because
level five. Yeah.
just Andy, you say I keep going back to this, but but you saying that was the line for me of oh yeah, that's all the context I need for that. It's 300. That's where it comes in. So when Juice say add a next stock, yeah, but there's a reason you said 300 to start, right? So and of course you're going to hit a line of how much 300s can I deploy
Exactly. Yeah. And
every
and
single day.
and also pull.
Mm-hmm.
You're not there are not that many stuff that have the daily average above 300, and then remember you'd have to get to above 300 or at 300 with some growth, and you're cashing it all out. That changes it also. It's not many things you
Mm-hmm.
put the
And you do it
300
again
in and do
and
it
every
again
single time you do
tomorrow.
every time it
Yeah.
work, you have an extra money to worry about what I'm going to do with that.
Yeah. So like Jutsa thing, I
Okay.
think was a different strategy where that's a strategy of how do I'm trying to grow 1.2 over a certain time, and I've diversified it across
Mm-hmm.
four things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so my assumption is like let's say over still short, so let's say like over 2 months, 3 months, a quarter, 3 months. I expect these four to grow, and I may not even there's ways there's things that strategy can work for. I expect these four to grow. I don't know exactly when they'll grow, but I expect them to grow on a graduated timeline, right? So maybe in October I might get the growth from the Trans Jamaica, and I might have some more growth I expect from it coming to December. But I put 300 in the Trans Jamaica now. Put another 300 over there in the NCB. I put another 300, I should say, in the CPJ, another 300 in the FESCO, and the FESCO might hit next week, right? When the when or the FESCO might hit 2 months from now, when you report the long gas lines that were happening today or maybe next week, right? The NCB might hit next month. The Trans-Jamaica might be hitting now. And that's one strategy for one thing with certain little caveats behind it. If you go back to like the core game that I know that I talk about the game I'm talking about is if you want to grow that 1.2, it will work the first time. It will always work that way, that split up.
You always work.
But you
Yeah, but
but
then you made money on it.
yeah, but you're not getting to level 5 or level 6 with that. Yeah, you're not getting to level 5 or level 6 with it. So my initial talk about this whole thing was around, yo, I'm always thinking of that. Like when I hear an investor talking, I'm always thinking about, are they at a higher level than me? Is there something I can gain from it? Or are they not necessarily there? And is there something I can share that I would have loved shared with me? Because there's a limit to that daily. And not from just by virtue of how the market is and what it requires, there's a hard limit to that daily. And I think you want to grow past a certain level with the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the but.
A big deal is the money is growing. And from a certain limit already, yeah, that limit strategy. Because then again, when I think it's hit a point where I have 7,300 to go now. When I have 8, what I do? If I was doing 7 and it was hard, when I have 8, I'll find one more stock every single day for it. When I reach 9, I'll find one more stock every single. You get me. You come to a point where what new in my mind have a good. If the money is going back to the market, then the money going to have to either go back to not doing the same kind of thing at a certain point, or then you have to reword the strategy.
Yeah, it's a strategy that just can't. It's self-limiting because if it works, your money grows.
Tell me something, guys. What do you think the rest of my portfolio is doing
No, that we're
That's
when
asking
I'm
you. That's what we're
trading?
asking you.
you and but
So
also you and Jules are again. I think you and Jules are saying two different things.
Yeah, but we're asking
okay.
you, Shay. That's why we're asking you about it. It's not about just if.
Because I know you do some long term things as well, right?
Yeah.
God, I hate
So
that term. But
or longer, not long term, but
but yeah,
Longer
not
longer.
term.
everything you do is a thing. That not everything you do is a thing. That's why you even said before. Yeah, sometimes you can like the money you make on the day trade will go to the portfolio that doing a long that doing more than the day trade. So that's a different. When Juta said, "Oh, she find our next 300," that's how I want to talk to her about it. So I want to hear her actual thoughts on it versus what I assuming what from what she said.
But
But I
Shay,
think
that's actually
you did give good context when you said that she has said that she likes to pay for her life with the portfolio gains. So that's money that not necessarily going back to the market, sometimes.
yeah.
But then even then, yeah, some might come out, but if some of it stays, then some of them.
But
So what
that's
happens
a
then?
good point that you made, Shay. Because again, it's for you to tell us. So what is the rest of your portfolio
Yeah.
doing then?
What then I said longer timeline.
No, no, yeah, but that's what we're talking about. That's what but no, that's
In
what.
a year, in a quarter. That's the timeline for the actual portfolio.
Whoa, this describe. So it's like
When I say I do it for fun, I mean I like doing it.
yeah,
So
man.
I do it.
Yeah, man. I'm past that. I'm past that. I
Good.
get it. You like doing
Good.
it. Cool.
Excellent.
You're talking to somebody who love doing it too. I'm not talking about that now. We're
Mm-hmm.
past that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to understand
Yeah.
like your portfolio strategy. So it's like a two-leg strategy. So there's this thing I like doing. Yeah, I take a small money and I'm playing it here in this time, but the rest site is a end of quarter strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Mm-hmm.
is that what you mean? I don't feel like we're beating up. This is actually something that I
No,
think
I
would,
don't
I
feel
mean,
beat
you're
up.
interesting me as
I
hell.
feel
I want
like
to talk about this a lot,
and it's something that I
I feel
hear
like
often.
yeah, it,
especially
it
by people
it
that are doing it
comes
like you.
up with a lot of people or for a lot of people, and I know you guys have always had that stance regarding day trading and forex trading.
That what? Wait,
Um
what?
No, not
No,
forex.
not forex
No,
at
day
all.
trading.
limiting and you do the
No,
same
no, no.
thing
I
thousand
think
times.
so.
No.
I think day trading scales easier in forex markets and in the US market.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about the JA, the Jamaica Stock Exchange. I'm talking about specifically here.
Mm-hmm.
Day trading on it, there's a line. If
Of
you tell
course,
me
there's
300,
a
if you tell
line.
me 300
Yes.
grand, it is not 300
The
grand
return, you
Jamaican.
can't go do it. It
It's
not go
not 300 grand
possible.
Jamaican and the US
We're
dollar.
pause right there.
It's
So
millions
that's where, hold
Jamaican.
on, pause right there, Shay. That's where we came in, you know. You said there's a line
Mm-hmm.
past which is not possible. That's where we came in. Like, what is that line? What do you think that line is?
Uh, I thought that was what I was answering when I
No,
was
say 300, 300 to
saying,
500 already. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, once you get to 300 and more, you're going to have to put it over a couple days, maybe. It's not going to move all at once.
yeah. Sometime I'll do this. So it's not every day you get up and find that move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Why would you tell somebody that say they're going for a month, right? And what's a reliable figure? Like if I'm day trading, and not money wise, percentage wise, like a return for 300 grand,
Mm-hmm.
and say I'm as good as share at the day trading thing. What would be like a reliable target for a month? If it's 3% a day, but it's not every day you get 3%. So like, what would my percentage target return over a month? Because 20 days. That's why I said 60 earlier. Because 20 days is
Hmm.
typically trading days in a month.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say that would it be 60% for the month? Would you tell, or
No,
would it be a smaller figure?
no,
What
not
would the
gonna be
figure be then?
60% for the month. Maybe 20.
20. You
20.
say
Yeah.
that's it. Those are very different contexts then. You see.
But hold on. So that 20
Yeah.
is from the daily moves or 20 in a month, as you see it?
No,
Oh,
yeah,
from
from
one move in the month?
Yeah, what's that 20?
no
What's that 20?
Oh, it's from several moves.
several moves. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going for not necessarily a day trade, but okay, maybe multiple day trades. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Or
Sometimes it's it.
maybe multiple short holds over the month.
No, that's what
Mm-hmm.
she's saying. She's saying it is
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah.
multiple moves over the month.
I'm contesting for myself. It's in there. Yeah.
I mean, that's easy, but that's still
Yeah.
extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Extremely
It is.
difficult. Yeah, and that's 20 out, right? So I'm cashing out my principal and my profit.
And the profits. And next thing I think of then is like
I don't know if she getting what we're
within
saying.
that
I think
month.
maybe she getting something else from it, but like it I think honestly, Dan, I say, I've had this conversation many times. It is the conversation because it is the core of. It's like, yo, what is?
Everything.
I think it's maybe just another version
Or
of.
even context like it even works for it the thought of it goes into even longer moves.
Yeah. It's what is the most, if I won't say efficient, but what are some effective, truly effective, provable strategies to aggressively grow your portfolio on the local market? And how do those look like? What does it look like? So I know people think of that daily thing, and as somebody who has done it and can do it, I know how limiting it is. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not that
And a big part of what we said is the 300, 20% on 300 for the month is
and it
very,
was not
very
always
important.
300. You
So, so
100.
imagine,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Imagine then somebody comes to me with a million. Yeah, I mean, if you're going if you're going 20 for 300 in a month, then a million, you're probably not talking 20 at that point, right? Because everything I forgo. Yeah, hey, 20 possible, but again, it's the can I get up every single month and say this is what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna teach you to 20% on a million. Hey, that's a very different thing from saying, oh, you can make 20% on a million in a month. Very different, two different. That's two different conversations.
True.
Like possibility and reality are two different things.
But I know. Do you understand what we're saying, Shay? Or you look like you just clock out? Because you think to be like,
Um,
yeah, she clocked out. Should I? All right. It's
I hear you.
I think it's easier to have a conversation off air actually.
yeah.
I hear
I
you.
don't think she. I don't think she get what we're say. I think she think that is in opposition to it. It's a difficult conversation
Oh
to
yeah,
have.
it's
Yeah, it's
not.
a difficult conversation to have
Yeah.
because you talk.
Far from opposition.
Yeah,
Efficiency and easiest way to do it and
no man, that's
best
not it
way
at all.
to
That's
do
not the
it
point. That's
That's
not
and
it
not
at all.
exactly.
No. It's like it,
What is the point? Because the listeners are probably wondering
you're right.
as
That's what I'm
well.
thinking about as
You're
well. So
right.
it's
You're
probably
right.
just
You're
all
right.
up here.
Yeah. You know what it is?
So
It's a deep point that if you're ultra passionate about that actual investing thing, you get it. Like that's I'm always trying to hear how other people invest because suppose they have a strategy that beat this or that.
Yeah, give
Yeah.
me something new.
Yeah. And different strategies work with different levels of money, with different abilities, different timelines. That's what I'm
And
always
even
trying to
just
do.
you saying
Yeah.
it now makes you want to observe it shit. Like I say, oh yo, like in the moment, I don't want to see it do
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it.
Exactly. Because
Let's show me you doing it.
yeah, because it also changes. It also changes because the market is changing.
Uh-huh.
So, like, how comfortable she said 300 grand. I remember when it wasn't 300 grand.
But yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't
I
thing
remember
then.
when it was 10 to 100, it wasn't 300 grand. But that
Mm-hmm.
was years ago on the market. We've had this
Yeah,
conversation with David
things change,
and
man.
you remember that conversation with David and I don't remember the other guy's name, but I called him Lord Cap at the time. And I was like, you have to show, you have to prove it. And it's kind of the same thing where people, yeah, people
Malik, I
thinking
believe.
that Malik, yeah, where people thinking that it's not to say you can't do it or it's not doable. That's not it at all.
It's
It's,
just is that what you're doing? It's a
yeah,
different thing.
yeah, like where does it happen? Because I'll tell you this. All right, the strategy with, like we'll go with Jutsa 1.2, the strategy with 1.2 to grow it aggressively, the strategy and the tactics to grow it aggressively are in let's say like a year is a different strategy or tactic than growing the 100 grand or the 20 grand or
100
the
grand.
10 grand. Yeah.
Yep, yep,
And
yep.
and so I'm asking, that's where the core of the question came from. That's what I'm always want to know. But it's also a conversation that if you don't have that bug biting or you don't understand it, it's very easy to misconstrue what we're asking.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we jump to our actual topic. I jump back to our actual topic, and yeah, maybe we jump back to our actual topic.
but we can't leave the people them hanging. I want to understand what it is you're saying because you're saying I'm not understanding, so I want to understand.
All right, so okay,
Yeah.
we'd have to ask. You actually have to answer what it is I'm asking. Hold on 1 second while management tells me what she's trying to tell me. That is not what we're saying. No, that's not at all what we're saying. Hold on, sorry, what's it? But yeah, it's not at all what we're saying. What I'm trying to get at here is, as I was saying, the whole you do something. It, this is why Dana, if you ever heard Dana and I talk about the fact that like before the podcast and after the podcast, we've always had long conversations because it's around that sort of thing. It's around
Mm-hmm.
it's around the this road. There's a time when if you have 10 grand and you need it to become whatever, or you forget you need to become whatever. I'm trying to grow 10 grand as aggressively as possible over 6 months. 20 2010, what you do in 2010, completely different from what you may be doing in 2015, 5 years later. Different from what you'll be doing in 2020. And here we're in 2025, it's also different. Then, if you've been investing throughout that whole time, what you do with the 10 grand to, I'm going to say 100 because it's 10 to 100 changes after 100. Based on what you've just said, it also changes after 300. Not because
Mm-hmm.
anything else has changed, but because the strategy to
Money
move
change.
300 aggressively with the market that we have, it just literally has to be different. Then let's say you've changed, you've adapted, you've gotten the strategy right, you've grown to 1 million from the 300. The strategy to aggressively grow 1 million, meaning the strategy and the tactics, the things that you actually do to aggressively grow 1 million, is completely different from what you did with the 10 grand and also with the 300. And so the and then there's also what people think you're doing, just generally. So at any level of money, people always tell me, I hear there's no month for the past so many years that I haven't heard. Oh, I can't do what you do, I don't have the time for. I'm thinking, you think I have a lot of time? I don't have that kind of time. And so anytime somebody says, oh, it's almost like they're saying, I get more aggressive gains, but I don't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the time. The time to the time it takes to aggressively grow the 300 is the same amount of time roughly like is the same amount of time it takes to aggressively grow a million. It's the same amount of time it takes to aggressively grow 10 million. It's not the time that's a difference. It's the tactics,
Hey,
the strategy and the tactics.
because the action is not that. Again, the action is just speaking by a computer screen.
Exactly. So it's not the
So it's not that I was day trading 10 grand and day trading in the way I said, like every single day then I wake up and look to a computer and say, yo, what we're gonna buy today. But that was not it.
Yeah.
So and a strong part of why I'm interested as well is because you say do that. So it's hearing the thing people think I do. So I want to hear what it actually sounds like.
That's exactly it. Yeah. That's exactly it. And then hearing you say, Shay, I guess maybe I'm biasing this because
A big part, as I say, it works from mine because truly people think I do that, right?
Yeah.
But then I don't. So you tell me, oh, you like that, something what? To me, like what?
Yeah, because I love it. But even when you're doing it, you don't want to do it every day because it's just by virtue of what it is. You can't do it every day. You could get it perfectly right. That's one of the first lessons I learned in the market and doing anything aggressive is that you learn how easy it is to predict the upward movement in share prices. What you don't get is the precision of it is high. Like I know that I know that I try not to say any stuff that I'm actually actively pushing for because I don't. I'm trying to be greedy for the first in a long time. I know that dollar. Well, I know that ECL is going to go to $4.50 at some point. But knowing that ECL is going to go to $4.50 by next week Thursday is a different matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can bank on ECL going to $4.50 by 2027, by June 2027 or earlier. And if we're narrowing in on any stock, I can pick and I can narrow the times down a lot tighter. But even at my best, bringing it down to a day, which is what happens once you're making those plays within a month or a week or whatever, where you have to bring it down to a day. Bring it down to a day is something that is exceedingly difficult. And I know that because I can do it. And I also know like what the cheat, quote unquote cheat is to do it. But I wanted to hear if you're gonna say it, if you're gonna do it. So that's really what because I'm not who asked the question initially. That's what's at the core of me asking because I want to hear, yo, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe things have shifted. Maybe I have a strategy that do it, but I'm not here.
Or there's something else.
Yeah, or maybe there's something else. So that's it. But so I'm asking because I want to hear because I don't know if Shay finds something that I don't know, or maybe Shay doing this at this level with these plays and I'm missing out because
And
I didn't know it was there.
even just the thing that why I think there's something like I'm already resigned to there's something I don't know. Why I don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't do it and the frequency you said the frequency of that you do it, it's not the frequency I've done. So well, I wonder
It's
what
a
is so.
different. I don't know, mom. It's this thing that happens in my mind that when I look at the cues, when I look at the list of stocks
Mm-hmm.
and how they behave daily, it just.
You know what is interesting to me, Randy? In the same thing you just said, Shay?
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple people in the group. You're one of them, Shay, by
Mm-hmm.
the way. At the end of the day, every now and then, they speak about a stock movement that happened.
Oh yeah,
And often it's because they were a part of it.
yeah.
And you know immediately comes out to me, why were you looking there? Tav, Troy,
Yeah.
sometimes Yannick, them say something.
Yeah.
And in my head, why were you looking over this?
So I actually well you know
looking for why they're looking over
yeah
this.
you know
And
that
if I don't know,
yeah
if you don't know exactly, I think what I want you to do
is
is I want you to find out why you did it.
I want
Because you see the moment you do that, the moment it becomes the thing that happened in my mind and I just glean through. And I know I do it myself in a lot of ways.
yeah
But the thing, the moment you start to do that, it's then you start. Then you're not looking on the back end. Your intention becomes so strong So then you start finding more of them.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
show you.
why they look over Sterling when they come and Tav come and talk when they make a play on Sterling.
Correct.
And
I,
Tav can tell, and Tav did after, and Tav can't tell me after.
so I'll show you. I'll
If
show you. I'll
if he
show
can start
you.
telling me why I do the thing, big deals.
I'll show you one example. That somebody, a new member to the group actually pointed out, and they mentioned purity around when the first news. I guess this is also nicely on topic with rainy day stocks. They mentioned purity
Yes, bring it back,
when
man.
the first what we've been doing the podcast for years, but the core of the podcast is once you enjoy
Tangent.
the conversation is good. If people want to join us, we welcome it. But if you don't, it's still good. So the person said, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't go look at what they said. They pointed something out about purity. This is like when Melissa just got announced, right? Um, and purity. I give it some backstory on this. Purity. My initial response to them was, I don't know what. I don't know what can ever get purity to move, right? That's my response to them. Um, and then I think the next day it hit the breaker, and it hit the breaker in a strange way. So immediately I went back. I'm looking at it and I was like, wow, look at that, right? I mean, I was tongue in cheek, I'm joking. I like right after that, I don't know what can ever get purity to move. Look at what happened, right? And boom, it moves. It hit the breaker. So the 22nd. So we would have had the conversation on the 21st because it happened the next day that it hit the breaker, right? And I was looking at it and I thought, hey, this is strange. Like, look at this, all in one go. It's not a straight out of the pre-open move. It's like it's 12:52, all in one go, and whoever did it cleared the sell queue. So they bought all of the units in the sell queue, right? I mean, just so you guys following along, you can see that. I don't know if this is immediately ringing or raising any piquing your interest. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, start the day, usual queue is purity. There's not much of anything happening, right? Average volume is
Mm-hmm.
like 20K units every day. No great trading. And then one single order buys almost
Yeah.
everything in the queue. In almost everything in the sell queue. Literally,
I'm gonna time to.
yeah, man. I look at the time. But again, it's all in one. It's all in one trade. 12:52. Right at
Mm-hmm.
12:52, somebody go, oh, let's clear that queue. Immediately, that I look at it and I laugh and I joke about it in the group. But then the next thing I asked them was exactly what you just said, and I was, yo, why did you mention it initially?
Mm-hmm.
No, that why is there's so
Because you
much
saw something, you found.
exactly,
If
and
you
I
can find out why, you can find why else other places.
that I don't know if people realize how much profit is in that why, and I have made a business of quote unquote fighting with people through them realizing that why, because I know what happened when I fought through that why, and I know what happened long before I ever had a business already. I know what happened when I fight with other people through their why. So like when you go down the line of conversation, you understand that I'm not saying you're right or wrong with it. I need to know the why because yo, you don't seem to know that whatever that thing is that either you consciously or subconsciously realize to make you do that. If it's subconscious, if you can bring it into the conscious, you can find profit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it because
Me
I've
one
done it.
time,
I've done it with people. I've gotten them to see it, and I know when you know it, you understand why. Then I probably have the most say. So many times I've asked why, and the why is always interesting. Sometimes the why is just that somebody did say something. A lot of times the
mm-hmm.
why is that my friend work or wherever, and them say something that happened. Blah blah blah. But sometimes that why is uh, certain footprints we see in the queue.
Mm-hmm. I look at the queue and the queue, and oh, there's something about the queue you can see that in there.
Exactly, and so that's why I'm always open to a conversation with somebody about their investment strategy, and I'm always gonna question it. And naturally, I'm always trying to help people to improve it. If I do what I think is an improvement, and also my own improvement. You just like what then I say, you Shay speak about doing something that I don't do a lot of anymore. I don't do the daily because I also know that I know how difficult it is. to actually do. And the growth, you can grow your portfolio. Now I have to examine how I'm seeing it. You know what? I think I still know the most efficient way to grow your portfolio aggressively while paying deep attention to the market, like daily attention to the market. And I rarely hear anybody talk about it. So, but I'm also not doing it every day anymore. So whenever somebody who does it more often than me talks about it, I'm checking because I want to know, yo, is the best method still the best? You get me, Shay?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what's behind it. So like, so every time I'm questioning it, I am really I had to think about it while I was saying it to you. But I'm really thinking, okay, what is the person saying? The doing of this, the doing of that. Does the doing of this and that, what will it look like? What happened when them hit the wall? Is it the most, is it better than what I have in my mind? That's the best method of aggressively growing your portfolio every day. Um, and that's because, yo, if somebody tell me, then, yo, that thing is actually better, I am immediately onto that thing now. That's now the best thing. Like I don't hold the idea so strongly that I can't let it go.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's a hard conversation for people to have, especially at first because especially I think also because of me and being me, people immediately think that, oh, you might be pressuring me or thinking that my way don't work, like dumb or it's funny, you don't get it, and that's not it at all. I'm really just checking to see if is the best method now dethroned and there's a better method there. Those also go back and listen to that well, it was two episodes with I forgot his name again. I don't call him Lord Cap, but that guy.
Malik.
Malik, yeah, thanks for that. Two episodes with Malik. And if you remember, the second episode was when he had actually, in between those episodes, he had actually shown, he had proven it. So the second episode of you come back and say, yo, completely sorry, he's right, he's been doing it. And like some of the things that he was doing, incorporate again into our method to see the idea is always to grow. I'm always trying to find the best method. It's like that, that's where it is. That's where the fun is for me too. It's in, yo, the best method I could I still think I have the most efficient way to grow 10 grand to a million, but I don't want to do it because it's really difficult. There are more
And then
efficient
and
ways
then and then
to make,
and then also, yeah, yeah, about 10 grand at this point, bro.
yeah, there are more efficient ways to make 990,000. Yeah, much more efficient ways to make 990,000 for that level of work, that level of effort. But I could be wrong. So I'm always looking to hear it. I'm always looking to hear. You only say it, I realize I have to be honest with myself and go, what are you actually looking for when you ask this? I'm actually looking to see, yo, is the best method no longer the best? So, damn, you helped me to psych myself into it. But you
No,
still,
that's your specialty.
yeah, that is their specialty. Right? But you still haven't told us the answer to the questions. Like, the 300K, you did say the
Mhm.
20% in a month.
Yes. Next question. Where next question? Where it go?
No, but well, you said that it's not the only thing you do with your portfolio. So obviously, and I'm here, I'm thinking overall portfolio growth. So that's what I want to know. What's the strategy there
That's
then?
what I said initially. When you said the 300, what I said was, yeah, but our next 300. I should I do to say what she said.
Yeah,
Oh. But but still, to me again, outside of this, which is why we still are Reliance Random with Reliance Random, which is why I say, okay, why do it though? Because like I have an experience, but she said, and you do contextualize and say, yeah, you actually like doing that, which is why you do it in your spare time or whatever. But
Yeah.
so out of my strong concern around doing it,
Mm-hmm.
as I say, efficiency is all right, but what there always has to be a what next in this thing.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
because
what is that other strategy? That's
beyond
what I want to hear, Shay. What is that other strategy?
Um, I
what do
don't
you mean other
understand.
strategy?
But
What do you mean other
the
strategy?
other
Okay,
strategy.
you said that you have like you split in two. So I'm doing this
So I have my
fun thing when I have the
portfolio and
time.
then I have my phone. Yes. My portfolio and my phone time money.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So in reality, for your overall portfolio, you've moved beyond just doing that.
It's
Like you said.
more like I look further ahead, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
The
you're not
timeline the timeline for the goal is longer, like that.
yeah. So you're not
So it
so you're
it's
not a day
more
trader per se overall. Overall,
pardon,
you're not a
I'm
day trader
sorry.
really.
Oh no, I do it because I like it.
Mm.
I do it because I like it.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. It's hard.
Yeah. I think that stops a lot of things.
Yeah, it's not
A lot
that
of
it's not
subsequent thoughts
useful
because
to.
it's not necessarily in there. It's not necessarily in disagreement with what we said overall. Then
No, cause bro, me do grow. What you mean?
No, yeah, but but I'm still answering the question. What's the other strategy? So, okay, you have another say portfolio. You have your fund money and then you have your portfolio money, as you call it.
My portfolio where I'm what probably looks more like what other people do, where it's around events and plans and just yeah, just with a longer timeline. Because if I'm going to be accumulating money, I literally can't trade it every day, bro. So it has to go into something that can take the volume in and out over whatever time may have to do it.
I say a
Um,
quarter in this case.
so volume are gonna be important. Uh, and collect some dividends,
Okay, well, you see, that's why
stuff like that.
no, that's why I still asking about the strategy because I'm just interested in like the portfolio strategy there. I'm still
Mm.
again being that hard on myself. Another thing that I think about all the time, there's
Mm-hmm.
a method that I've never been 100% sure isn't better, which is the shorter the dailies. I'm pumping that into the main stock. I don't have a name for that strategy, but it's like that. And
It might be. I mean, I think it's an okay strategy. I'm not going to say it's the best or it's
well, I don't know if it's a good
most
strategy at all,
efficient
because you
or
say you're not doing it as a strategy for gain. I'm only coming from the gain is the high scores that is the fun for me.
That's how I said. That's
Yeah.
how I say I think it's stops a lot of things, Randy. Because the reality of it, oh, I think we were again. So we were looking at it from an efficiency lens, as we said before, when she because Adam told us that's not what she was looking for when she's doing that.
Yeah, that
So the day trading thing, as she said, is not it's not her strategy per se. It's just something she does within a smaller context of her portfolio.
I get you. Okay. Ah,
So,
sorry.
so what happens to me then is thing that often I have a client that comes and they want something that is in a very short time and whatever, right?
Hmm.
And what I think of often, so when somebody comes to me and they speak in a way where they want to be doing dailies,
Hmm.
what I often say is what you're looking at, you have to start like you're asking me something I can't give to you.
Yeah, yeah. You have to
You're
be
asking
able
me
to
to
do it. Yeah.
yeah, you have to know like because how I think of it daily is how much events do you have a mental map of that you can say, oh, because I used to do this very strongly. Map out like a lot of events and them timelines, I think there.
Which is the easiest
And then
way.
I
Yeah.
can say, and
That's
then I'll say, all
yeah.
right, how do I hop, skip, jump across it?
Exactly. There's a lot of
If you're
events.
doing,
Exactly.
if I, if you're doing that, if you're day trading for a month, what you have to say is, and it's funny, you said this week to somebody, more than one somebody, is do you know of everything? Like, how much things do you know of happening between now and this very close period of time you're talking about.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
you can be jumping between them to make these things there. So you
Exactly.
know, said next week this dividend get announced, and you think this movement can happen from it. You're in it for that, and then you're out, and then you have a next thing lined up right after. If you don't, then what are you day trading against, right? That's what I
Yeah.
think of.
Yeah. That's why
And that,
it
that becomes much harder because I'm as when I do it, I'm not necessarily think I'm just listening to events I know of. If and I mean I constantly accumulate more and more, but if you're doing that, then you have a very strong incentive to start. Like you have to go look for them in Vietnam more than me. You have to go look for what happening this week and next week, and very often like something won't be happening, right? When to me something is always happening. But then some of the things aren't necessarily standout events that a lot of people pay attention to. It could really just be that's a good example of that. I don't want it to be. I don't want to be something like a dividend. It could be like so in between the dividends that you know have declared or whatever already, or not declared. The
mhm.
or you have a imagine that how much people you know have a map of expected dividends, meaning the dividend don't consider yet, it don't announce it, but last year this happened, so within this time
uh
period it's likely to happen, and you have and you
one
have, and you, have, and you know all of them lined up like that.
one counting me, including me, one.
Exactly that.
Including me, one. And I you know that I have been looking for somebody to have that conversation. But the thing about it is that I don't want to bring up the conversation. The person has to. I'm looking for somebody who's already doing it.
So
Yeah,
what happened? As I say, you're asking me to give you something I cannot give you. It's not that it's not that I'm going to randomly be able to tell you that, oh, yo, like I can't wake up tomorrow and say, yo, make sure you make that move because the dividend ready, boss. Right? So
yeah. Well, hold on, but that's what most people want, right? I figure
That's what
most people want
I,
that from you.
I figure that's what people think, but I
yeah,
don't
I
think.
think a lot of people want that. A lot of
Yeah,
people want
yeah. But and the funny thing is he can do that. Like I could do that. If I was an advisor, I could.
Watch too much show, man.
No, no,
that.
no.
No,
You
no,
don't have to watch show. If you know the market, it's completely
it's
doable.
not it's
No,
not
man. I
impossible,
mean, like the people
It's
who
not impossible.
expect that,
I, what
because
I think
No,
of.
that's how it works
if,
in the movies. Like when I was, um, like learning about stocks, I thought you would call and just be like, "Yeah, I need this,
So,
this,
so,
this, this."
so, 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 I do that. My issue
yeah,
is
it's
the
doable.
frequency that people think of. They
Yeah,
want me to over the shoulder day trade them.
yeah, 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 yeah. I want your
but
brain, but I should be doing it.
but
And
I
yeah,
need so it's I pay to make a move today, and then I wake up tomorrow again with the next move, and then
yeah,
tomorrow
yeah,
again with the
yeah.
next move, and then tomorrow again with the
Correct,
next move, and
correct.
that's not very scalable without
Yeah,
certain things in place. But also, like you're asking, it, that kind of thing, the risk of it becomes much easier when you're already there in a certain way. So I can't take my brain and put it in your head.
yeah. But it's very doable, and yeah. If the person gets there already, then the conversations become easier. And
Yeah,
you
because
may not know that's
I always say a lot of the more people know about the thing, whatever, the more education is in it, then just automatically the kind of advice I can give you becomes much better, becomes much easier.
yeah.
So I even said before here, like some sessions I have with clients, it like because at the level they're at,
Hmm.
it's a very different conversation from a beginner that really just I don't know what to do at all. What stock should I buy? Here's my goal. Versus, oh yo, I looked at these stocks XYZ and let's run through them and talk about them and the
Yeah,
possibility and how much we believe in this thing and what we should be looking out for that thing. And then we make a
yeah,
map of what we should be doing with all that context there.
yeah. Do you know that's one of the biggest things I realize that people don't have, and that's often also Shay, you might be guilty of this too. That's often why people think like, well, you hear us ask that. I hear them like asking in the group sometimes. I'm talking to somebody and they think, yeah, but I don't know it like you. I need to go do my research, and I- I've learned to not try and get them. Like people have to get somewhere mentally, believe they can get somewhere before you can say it to them. But when they get there, I can say that, yo, you seem to think like we have this big, uh, deep, like it don't require that. You already know more than enough. You just think you don't know more than enough. You assume you don't know more than enough. You assume you can't have the conversation. You assume it has to be like an expert level conversation. Only to realize that when you're actually talking to experts, if you're speaking to experts who are actually having a conversation with you, you're more than able to understand it. And if the expert is truly an expert, they understand it well enough to allow you to understand it too. But if you don't think that you are capable of the conversation, the expert is going to have hell and may not even be able to have you do it. That's most of it. So most of the time, I've been frustrated so many times. I've said to people, "So hold on, you think do you think that I am really good at this stocks? Do you think I understand investing? Yeah. You think I'm forget whether or not I'm the best. You think I'm really, really good? Yeah. But you think I don't know it well enough to that what I'm telling you is wrong? I just suddenly when it comes to telling you, no, 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 you don't understand. I don't have the time, Randy. You think I don't know that? So you think I know the stocks in well enough, but I don't know it well enough to know that what you're saying isn't correct because it involves you. But then that's me now telling somebody about themselves, and that at that point you're not really arguing the point. You're going up against somebody mental block, and that never ever that is not the most efficient way to get them to understand it. So I've gotten better just because I've done it wrong so many times. I've gotten better at picking up when it's not going across the people. But then there's some people who I think either have the skills or already doing it, and the conversation flows so easily. I think one like you mentioned, Troy earlier, Troy and he's probably the only person I think that comes closest. Like he's spoken about select MD and select F,
Mm-hmm.
and he is the only person I know who tracks like some. He's the only person. I don't know. He's one of the few people I've ever like I've asked him something in the group, and he said, "Yeah," but I said, "No, not you. I don't hear from
Mm-hmm.
you because I already know you know it. I already know that you get it because of certain things that you ask
You say
or
already.
point exactly. But for other people to get to the same level, which is what I want more people to get to that same level. When you get to that level, you get that you. It's like when you get there, you turn around and realize, oh wow, yeah, he was right. But you also get why you couldn't see it when you're there. And I'm sure if you lock your eye and trust me and walk, you'll get there. But many people are not going to act. It's hard to do it. So I try to just have a conversation with people that I know are really good in certain areas. So almost by default, that's why I'm always questioning her role, like the shorter term things. I suppose she have a better method now than the best method or also the easy method. But you give me a third one or the fun method, which yeah, I don't consider that. I don't consider that at all.
Generally, this is something that in my practice I talk about a lot. I think we spend a lot of energy and time fighting our nature,
Hmm.
what we naturally do, what we naturally want to do. I think we spend way too much time trying not to do it. Like the energy we put into fighting what we want and what we want to do is, and it's most times it's just wasted. So I like buying things and trading. So why not? Why not make it something I do when I have time? Why if someone can spend 3 hours on Netflix, why not? Why can't I spend 3 hours buying and selling stocks?
It, true, 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 true.
Yeah,
I
so
true.
generally it's just something that I encourage people to do. Find a way to safely do the things that are probably not the best idea, but you want to.
True, but I don't know if it's not the best idea. It's just
No, I'm just making a point. Even if it's not the best idea, if you truly want to do something, probably think about how you can do it without ruining every other thing, or
you
how you
confuse
can
me.
safely do it.
The joke I was going. Shay's clients going to have a lot of angry wives.
Oh, well,
Shay tell them say you're just gonna do the thing, man.
oh, you really want to do.
Yeah. Spend a bag of money on mad the car.
Oh my God. Yeah, why not? Why not? After the
Well, you
yin yang
know
them no
what?
more than you.
If if they like really are, if they know you well enough, they should know that you probably are going to sing like that at some point.
Yeah, true,
Or
true.
they know that you have the desire to.
Eh, true, true also. Yeah, boy, as usual, we pick a topic and we spend so much time talking about everything but the topic. But I mean,
Everything else.
yeah, I love it. Before we switch off it, though, I don't think we switch off it. I see Tav has been on and he's been very, very patient. What's up, Tav? Are you guys hearing him?
That's it, brother. I don't
Okay.
remember pressing this.
Uh,
I don't remember I press it. Well, me never press it on purpose still, but can still yell up a man. We're not go away.
okay. Yeah. Not much. Not much.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Press on purpose. All right. Not much. We're good. Since you're on, we can even jump back to the topic. Rainy day stocks. What's your idea? What's your rainy day stock?
Rainy day stock.
Hmm.
Not even a topic me no look on what. I'm guessing. Oh, so me I guess I like one of them thing they like when my boy they that talk about purity what they because of XYZ.
That could be one. I did think of that
Could be
when
away,
I
yeah.
was thinking that could be one. Yeah, yeah. Which is just so
Yeah,
everybody
because
follows along. One of
at
those
the point
stock
time me not
that
target to.
like a company that benefits from the rainy days.
Mhm.
Like the hurricane coming, which companies might benefit, should benefit.
Off the bat, me know the Lasco, manufacturing, distributing, them supposed to get a little bump because of the canned products them with themselves.
But nobody
Similar
now
to
buy canned
GTM.
products. Twitter tell me say I
Bread
just
them I
bread
buy.
everybody
Let's
I
say a
buy.
bread.
Just bread.
I just bread
Them
the
tell me so.
attention depend, man. But just bread the attention depend, you know. But I mean, if you got bread, you can't talk about same purity. You can't talk about honey bun, feed bread. We have listed companies that sell bread.
Boy, I see the videos and all I keep thinking long wish boy. I
Why?
wish National did list. I
When
wish
you say
National
national,
listed. Yeah,
tid,
man. I wish
Georgia.
Mm,
National was listed.
Why
national
rough,
brand them.
rough bridging. I remember say them do wholesome too. So when
Mm.
you see the national bread and the wholesome bread that fly off a shelf, them in same people them man. Say why? I just one of them thing there, man. It rough, but so you go boy. Come in, I see
Yeah.
nobody a fight for no other bread still.
Is there any other
National
bread?
bread is national bread.
Man say this.
Captain dead, no other bread not there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yes, man. Yo, the people might take off all the bread then before bread then come off a train, man. Jesus Christ,
That's
man. Tell you,
silly.
the tray
Wow.
can't even make it towards the shelf. Blow. Whoa.
Wow.
Yo,
Wow.
you know, merchandiser must feel nice. Oh, man, I have to pack this.
All right. So pick like if you're picking one stock that'd be your most rainy day stock, in however you define it. What would it be?
Let me tell you why that hard for me to think about now. Something I probably have to look for. The reality is that the way how we make money off of this thing and we don't make money off of the company alone making money. Not only that. Because
True.
if the company can make more revenues and at the end of the day it don't result in the stock price moving or a noticeable difference in the dividend or. So
Mhm.
it's really more than one key points we can actually profit off of it. You know? So I something I really have to look into if me I say whatever, you know. But
Well, off the top of your head, you know,
the-
if I have the perfect one.
I mean I mean, for the top of my head, movements in a share price. Well, I know GK have it covered in our way. Wisynco and GK would have be a good one because of the beverage them, you know. So we don't know. Maybe would have pick one of them beverage company there.
Wisynco or who?
Or
Or GK.
GK. The
GK.
good thing with GK is that them have the water, them have the juice, you know,
And them have the money.
and them have the money, and them have the canned products them also. Them have the whole combo. So them have the entire rainy day combo, you know. While Wisynco now, you know, so Wisynco have the great well, I know the water where I sell the most right now, which is the water. You know, so everybody has stuck up on water. So while we are running on bread, because Wisynco meet the demand for the water, you know, hear the problem with the water. Cause me hear say price mark run out of for them members select water. I don't know if nobody with there and
There's some
can
interest.
confirm that. I think
So-
Wisynco sell that too, you know. I don't know if enough people know, but Wisynco sell price mark that water.
Yeah, I think the white label it.
Yeah, man.
No, somebody said to me today, Randy.
Along with PGJ.
Yeah.
Somebody
What
said
that?
the shelves are empty.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the store will make money. But you know mean to the guy that sell the store make money. I'm gonna say no works. if you think if you think the store about done the show and know people want more and not try to get more in there.
No, man, I mean.
They're
From them years the
selling it
Starmer
because
come, other place.
so what you
Because
see empty, that's either it done that source and more come later or more is on the way. Then
exactly.
they know it's
Other place
empty.
already.
They're selling more because like everybody is selling more. It's not just one side of seat.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like this week now when the time's slow, you know. I see as up know say him get a water order this week from the customer. Him know say chances are probably next week him now will get the order there. You know? But
Not
in a
chances
case
are.
like this,
Not chances are. Almost like I'm not buying 3 bread normally.
exactly.
This is a one-off. Yeah.
So in a case like this, you know, every customer put in an order right now, you know, it says up sure for meet them target this month, you know.
Of
She says up them sure for meet them target this month, brother. So that alone I go show. I mean, that's something we can check, and that's a good thing where we learn how Randy kind of teaches is actually checking. So like now we see this event that we know how go on is a case where you can literally just, you know, just take a note at the time frame, and then when the report where I go correspond with this period come, you can literally check, you know, if you see a difference in a revenue. It might not result in a profit, you know, because we know them thing they go in, but you can see the difference in our revenues.
Yeah.
Checking are the key.
Yeah. And getting things through the back to that same point of dynamic. Like the supermarket at the front is the tail end of the supply chain. So everybody else at the top part of the supply chain knows what it means if there's a heavy pull at the end of the supply chain. Like everybody else knows. So I'm not asking you. I don't think they usually deliver the bread in the front of the supermarket, right? I'm not like I see the opportunity for myself.
So I hear say bread truck man all a lack of phone in a brother.
Yeah. Wow.
Bread truck man a lack of phone from yesterday phone a lack of, you know, man. the journey, if he would have drive 1 kilometer, a quarter of that he might do today. By the time he reach quarter, the truck empty. By the time he reach quarter the route.
I wonder how salespeople handle that. Because some of them you might be surprised. I have them route that them doing and them just doing them route same, you know, worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, my route is my route.
What I realize is that you have some reps what I have to respect, because you have some of them know say boy them have 10 customer, so them a go try stretch it for 10 customer. But you have some of them brother If one man say give
First
me
money.
chuck, you know. Yeah,
Say,
man.
oh,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
already know, and you know, I
Yeah,
say,
man.
me know, me gonna make that money, you
Exactly. Man,
know.
a man a bridge. No, because watch this. If I look on it saying soon I may get rid of that goods and I soon
Yeah,
I'm go my yard, you know. So, you know,
yeah,
why
that's
visit
the thing. So,
15, 20 store? Me can just go to 2 or 3 store and don't have the stock and go my yard. You
Yeah.
know? I
Also,
just say,
I mean, remember it's October, you know, so back to school was just last month. So there's a chance for a lot of people. You give me if I'm a salesman, if I'm on commission or anything like that, it's an opportunity for me to make a little bit more, recover from the back to school money, or maybe prepare for the Christmas money, which is around the corner, right? And as we know, a lot of these things, especially the fast moving consumer goods, it don't have you're not gonna buy two tomorrow because you miss one today. So I think if you want three today, I'm giving you the three. So next week you're not gonna buy three again, right? Unless it's another storm, God forbid.
you know,
Um,
the funny thing, Randy, find this part funny still now. 3 day, you know, it's time for come still, you know. I know we say a Tuesday, it's time back.
yeah.
So I hold that time the
Wednesday
bread
Tuesday.
now,
them yam
yeah.
off, you know. So I will eat
Wednesday,
the bread them yam off, you know.
Yeah,
of
man, a
course,
second
of
shopping have
course.
to go on.
You see?
I,
The bread them
I've
have to go buy back again.
Yep.
I've done that. I've done that enough to learn not to do it. I've done that enough to have learned not to do it. Yeah, it's not for everybody, but for me, like yo, the
I'll
supermarket
tell
is
you
going to
this.
be
I
open
did buy
tomorrow.
snacks. I
Yeah,
bought snacks.
of
Okay.
course, and all of the snacks I eat after. All
Exactly.
of the snacks I
You
eat
know, me hear
after.
enough people talk about that part there, Randy. As in, like, you know, the supermarket are go open tomorrow. So, but yeah,
Of
the joke
course.
now. It depends on the how bad the thing is. And that's the thing, you know, because watch this. The man who do the delivery, you know, the supermarket can get wiped out from today in terms of the stock, you know, right?
Mm,
And then now the day after the hurricane, worse, this one I move so slow. This probably linger on the island. If it do come, which I hope it don't, it a go linger up on the island for probably about one good 24 hour or whatever. And a delivery man now go on left him yard for go drive no truck through that the year say tree drop down in a road and road flood out and do, you know. So you might find a case wherein if it is as bad as how it kind of look, you might have a 2 day of no delivery. You get
true.
what
I'm
I
So
say?
okay with that.
You
true.
might have a 2 day of no delivery. So the man
True.
them now we are gonna probably say, oh, supermarket open tomorrow, man. So me nah, yo, give me half a bread. You know? There's no say I go knock pan. I want to tell you say it's last week. I go some of me here a man I give an example of the I think him said the grasshopper and the ants. Every
Mhm.
day the ants, every single day, the ants I work hard, I collect food, and the grasshopper dance. And I say, yo, brother, come dance with me. I want to hear boy, collect food, collect food. I want to hear brother, come dance and have fun, man. And the ants I say, yo, brother, me have to work, you know, because winter coming. When the
Mm.
winter come to rotted and he catch the grasshopper, wicked lick him down, him nah no food, him they even have no if he stay or nothing, and him go knock on the ants door. The ants say, boy, me can't help you, no, brother. Because me have,
Do,
when me
do you
collect.
guys remember that story? I haven't heard that in a long while. Wow, memories.
So, you know, we just I hope say it not happen to people, you know. I
Like
always say
yourself.
better safe than sorry. I just that me always say. You
Oh
buy
yeah,
the food not
definitely.
the house, chances are the food in your house and you not even eat it off. Just know say weekend coming off to buy no food. It's simple as
Yeah.
that.
And
You
you know, it's
know?
a
'Cause you
blessing.
never know.
It's a blessing to be able
Exactly.
to have more than
Exactly.
to need it and not have it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
And worse a food. So yeah, but to the point still, the more me think about the whole rainy day stock thing, the more me kinda like we Cinco. I swear, in terms of, you know, the impact of this one company. TGJ Water, Members Select Water, Water, the 32 case of water, you know, it's like the beverage them, the Coca-Cola, the bigger,
The boom, yeah.
the
Look like the
boom,
beer, the new beer. You tried the new beer,
just, boy, I mean, I drink it, you know, but I not taste it, but me I hear good reviews on it so
yeah?
far.
Okay.
Well, people don't normally take to new things, but people kind
You
of
know
like
what?
it, you know.
I need to try that. I like beer.
Yeah, people
You
kind of
like beer?
and people
I
are talk
do.
about the beer, you know, but you have to remember the malt. Them have a malt, so they can check the malt.
What you
All
say?
right.
Yeah. Them have a malt beverage, something like Malta. Wait, me them, for be honest, me no remember what they name.
Something more like
Probably.
Dragon, you mean? 'Cause it's alcoholic or it's non-alcoholic?
No, man, not alcoholic, man. Something like
Oh, so
Malta.
more like Malta, more like okay.
Yeah. That they
But
on the
then
shelf them too. So people
then
can check out.
they can do a
Who that?
Can
malt.
and glass.
Wisinko,
Who that?
Wisinko.
No, they're Vitamalt.
No, man. None of them do Vita.
I
Well,
don't think
yeah,
Vitamalt is.
them sell Vitamalt. Them sell Vitamalt. But now them have a different one with them have on the market, you know.
Recent. I don't know.
Yeah,
They have
man.
some. They have something else too.
Recent. Yeah, man. Recent. It then a both glass and thing there. But before, I don't think it was them bottling the Vitamalt.
Oh, in my head,
Yeah.
there's Malta, Vitamalt, and this other thing. And in my head, the other thing was them too. So,
But you
No,
know,
man.
Wisinko do them
other thing
thing.
doesn't
You know,
come up with that.
Wisinko
So,
do them thing. Wisinko always. I mean,
yeah,
remember that they used to, although maybe they still do. I don't know if they still do. They used to distribute. What was that thing before Cran Water?
But was that? Oh, Crown
no,
water.
Carrot, Ocean Spray,
Ocean Spray.
Ocean
You
Spray,
remember?
and
You remember?
water.
Mhm.
Ocean Spray used to be
Ocean
Cran
Spray, and
Water too.
water, different thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
different.
yeah. And then no, it's just
No,
Wisinko.
Carrot, just for single.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy Wisinko is a Jamaican company, so I'm very, very happy for
Mhm.
that.
Straight
So,
up.
Vitamalt, there is number there.
That's what's up.
So it go. But yeah, she said she want one of those girls. So if anybody from Wisinko can hear,
Man,
she can bust her up on a six pack.
Mm-hmm.
quite like beer.
Make her drink it on the show, that's so much.
Make a link, Shay. Make a link. Link up your virgin, Shay. See if your
Sure,
virgin
Yeah,
can
man.
bust it.
Who that Tav?
Sure,
yeah.
man.
Which version
That
that Tav?
other virgin, where they closer to us.
Yeah, closer to the
That's
source,
valid.
closer to the source, closer to the source,
Yeah, man.
closer to the source. All right, we go.
Tav raised something really important though, and I thought about this.
Mhm.
Because when you said rainy day stocks, I went hurricane stocks immediately.
Okay.
The rainy day, like we use the metaphor,
Mhm.
that came after. But my mind immediately went to the hurricane being upon us. And then I thought about what Tav said about uh so people need to make the connection for it to move the stock price because it's the people. So
Correct.
that the company is making money does nothing unless people link that to the stock price and want to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So I was going through the stocks in my head for the companies that are probably making more money right now. And I thought about them, the GK, the Usinco, the Lasco, um, the Purity, the Lumber, maybe. Yeah. But then
Mhm.
I'm like, well, this just sounds like Select MD. But then I'm like, but who is going to make that connection? Who is thinking? Is it just me? Is it just me and my friends who are going to be thinking that whole thing through? Because for the trade to happen and for the
You,
price to go up, people have to be thinking that way.
I want
And I
to.
realized that we're basically just trusting that somebody else is going to see it later or
No, the market that.
whatever. Yeah.
No, the market
Yeah,
that
that's
shit.
what I'm saying. That's
You.
basically what it's just built on the trusting that somebody else is going to be thinking along that line at a different time.
Mhm.
Well,
The question of why would somebody buy it from you at that price?
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So that's the first part of that thinking, Shay. Down that road is a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot of profit if you get it right. I would go even one step further, but you're right. That is what is required. And that's oftentimes why you hear me. I'm not always very enthused by people about the ideas that people have. Like you get the same effect around election. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
election coming. What stocks the benefit? You're not buying nothing. Yeah, you're not buying nothing. You're not
I
buying
mean,
nothing.
the story
And
makes sense in when you say it,
yeah, but
but
you're not doing it. I mean, and so well, that maybe is a growth, advanced growth difference, a growth difference where,
Mhm.
but it's in that little you're on the right track with that. But it Yeah. What, if a hurricane coming, what stocks are gonna be? You're not going to buy with Tinko for that reason. You're not, right? And you hear the stocks that people name out for, you already know them going to name. They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
name they're gonna name Carreras with Cinco, GK, both of the last scores, Seprod when they done beat up the CEO. I don't know. I don't know what to tell Richard say. I don't know why Mr. Pandu
Why?
decide
Why?
to go
Why
bring.
that one?
He's been on Twitter for so long. I you don't realize it. You don't bring sense to this medium. You don't bring sense to this medium.
Don't
Um,
bring logic into this.
yeah, you can't bring sense into this. But yeah, you're going to hear the same thing. And I'm not. It's not wrong. Of course, those companies will say a pull like we've spoken about for the revenue, but revenue
Mm-hmm.
isn't my profit. GK
No.
is the Seprod, Barita, NCB, their revenue is not my profit.
Yeah.
And being able to realize that then should lead you to the real question, which is, so what is the real hurricane effect that people will really buy stocks on or sell stocks on? Because it's not all buy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
that whole same thing with yeah, sell stocks on. It could make if somebody thinking, oh, Kingston Wharves. If the port is closed, Kingston Wharves is the port. Let me sell my Kingston Wharves. We don't have as reactive a market as that yet. Um, I know maybe during the hurricane, you get a couple of social media images of like heavy water washing the ports and Kingston
Mm-hmm.
Wharves, and then even then you'll have people asking if you think that it means the share price go down or this. Not many people can sell for it. So it's when you get to the real things that people buy and sell shares on, that's when you get it's almost unfair the level of profit that you can get from realizing that. But I don't want this just wait as long as tab. And that's like I said, Shay, you see again, it's a wonderful point. And that is the road down which is a whole heap of profit.
Yep.
But I see
Mm-hmm.
something who I haven't heard from in weeks, something back on. How are you doing, something? And I
Hey
think
guys. Hi.
hello.
Hey, Tom, what's up?
Okay, great. It's an interesting conversation you guys having tonight.
I'm glad to hear it.
I think so too.
Great, thank you so much. Um, yeah, sometimes I'm working overtime.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes I do a little overtime shift here and there. Guess I want to use that to top up, you know, get some capital in the market, put in my portfolio. But yeah, that's what I do sometimes on a
That's a
Friday night.
that's a
What
smart
you
move
guys?
too.
But then, yeah, you're right because I agree with Shay when she said that sometimes, well, she spoke about social media and so on, and I don't really spend a lot of time on social media. I could be listening to a podcast, about a particular stock, whether a stock in Jamaica or a stock overseas. So, um, that's kind of my social media time.
Hmm.
Like a lot of it, a lot of the stuff going on social media now. It's not even interesting. It's just one person talking about another person or something like that. But
Yeah, it's
a
gotten
lot of that
very
time,
it's
a
gotten
lot,
very social. It's gotten very social. It is
yes,
what it is. It has
yes,
gotten very
great.
social.
And
So
a
it
lot
But
of that
is.
time,
sorry,
mhm.
continue.
No, I was saying that a lot of that time, could just be spent researching some stocks. You don't even have to be reading about it anymore. There's so many podcasts that you can just be listening to, that gives good information just the same.
Well, Sishay, Dana, and I trying to do our best here with it. So tell us, what's the rainy day stock that you have in mind? What would you consider to be your rainy day stock?
Well, a rainy day stock. Well, for me, a rainy day stock would be like just about anything that can give me some extra money when I really need it. That's what I think about when I think about something that I'm putting away for rainy day, right?
Hmm.
Rainy day stocks. I think I have uh, most of the ones that people would consider to be rainy day stocks, for sure. And one of the things that we're happy for today is a Transjam dividend that
I
came
won't
in just
lie.
in time.
I
That
won't
that
lie. I had a mental bet. I was like, how is she going to turn the hurricane into Jamaica?
of
How is she?
course,
I like,
of
like
course,
I
of
tried to figure out
course.
how is she
Really?
going to bring it. Why you going to bring it to
I am
Trans
reading
Jamaica?
you too. I'm reading you too. I was listening to this conversation. I was listening to this conversation. I'm like, all right, all right. It's not a bad conversation tonight because I'm agreeing, with a lot of what has been said before. That that this trans jam just came just in time, just in time. I haven't seen all of my dividends yet because I think I have it in two different portfolios or three different portfolios or so.
Hmm.
But for sure, I've seen one and it looks good. Looks good. And even though I may not use it right away to be like stocking up for the hurricane and so on, for sure, I'm just going to throw it back into the market, right? Because that is kind of what I do for
So,
now.
so I'd ask Danai that question, answer that question. Or well, I think I don't only ask Danai, but
Mm,
since you're somebody who is literally there, so you
mm.
you you get you're right. Today is the Trans Jamaica dividend payout day. Um, what would you are you throwing that Trans Jamaica rainy day dividend into?
Yes. Well, so because my portfolio is kind of split, and that is one of the things I wanted to ask about too, because I think that my next focus stock is going to be the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Okay,
And
word.
and so I am thinking of starting a position now in the JSE, well, for more than one reasons, right? But
Well, let's
but
hear them.
also that it could be that it is the next stock in line. It's not the only reason. It cannot be the only reason. Next stock in line with about 4% dividend or so at this price. You cannot find many stocks on the market today that is going to pay you more than that. And the ones that you can find, I think I already own those. So I'm kind of building out and adding additional stocks that will pay me some amount of dividend. And I do think that the JC will do well in the next, maybe just say 3, 5 years or so. And so I think that that is one of the stocks that I kind of want to start building out now with my dividends. And so I will start to build out a build out a position in
Hmm.
JSE. And I want to start by just using some of my Trans Jamaica dividend for that. So, but I'm still kind of waiting because I noticed that the JC will go down to about 11.50. It goes up to about
1134, 1135.
$12, but I'm not going
Mm-hmm.
to $12. I'm not going to $12.
Mm.
I I listened to you guys discussed one night. I think I was working. Sometimes I'm working, but I'm still listening, or so. So right,
Mm-hmm.
or I may listen to it after. But I think I did make mention at in one discussion that sometimes we have a um, like a target amount of stocks that we want to buy. But sometimes it's not so much of target for me because I usually go about it by saying, okay, this is the amount that I want to spend on this particular stock, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then I would divide the average price into that amount to give me, you know, like almost like a ballpark amount as to how much I want to buy. So it's not like I'm going to get up and be like, okay, I want 100,000 stocks in Jamaica Stock Exchange. Not really. I kind of look at the amount. I kind of look at how much it will cost me. Okay, let us say I want to spend 100,000, right? I would just go and divide 100,000 by 12. I used to just tap it up a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would get an approximation of how much I can buy. But then I will try to buy it cheaper than $12 just to see if I can get a little more shares on that. Um,
True.
like for me now, I wouldn't want to be like spending $100,000 in Jamaica Stock Exchange. It's going to be more, right? But we don't want to get into too much of the figures and so on. So
We
I will
can.
come
I
to the
mean,
figure.
either way.
Of course, I know
Yeah.
I can because my portfolio is basically just
Heavy. We
public.
understand.
Yeah, it's public for everyone to see because when I go and I talk about my portfolio, it's public. And so I may want to say, let us say for argument's sake, I want to spend $1 million and on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and I go and I divide that by let us say $12. I think it would be round about. 80 something thousand shares that could get me, but I will try to get as many shares below that $12 mark, right? So when I say I have a particular amount of stock that I want to get, I probably just want to get like a rounded figure. In, instead of saying like I want to get let us say 71,000 or whatever, I could say I want to get 70,000 kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then I try to get it um below that price that I'd calculated it, so I could um hopefully get a little more. So my target stock, I think, going forward for next year, 2026, is going to be definitely going to be JC. JC could be a rainy day stock as well, because there are so many things that, of course, you and others and myself, could discuss or could look at to say this is what is going to move the stock from $12 to $18.
Well, let's hear it. I mean, I'm biased in that I have said that is one of my, I guess it's one of my rainy day stocks, and that yeah, I am bullish on
It
the
could be.
JSC. Yeah,
It
and I do
could
have a
be. It could
position in
be.
it, and I continue
Mhm.
to grow a position in it. Um,
It could be. It could be.
no, no, I'm
Definitely.
telling you
And
that for
what?
me it is. It's not like a
Okay.
hypothetical.
Okay.
It
You're saying
is.
that for
I
you, it definitely is. For me, I think that it has potential. Lots of people may overlook it, and well, it is a boring start. There's no question about it. It is boring. There's not much going on right now, like for the stock price itself. But you can see where if they have the micro market, that could be one of the sticking points for um for price appreciation.
mhm.
And one of the things that I've been looking at too for JC is that there, I think, like, I don't know if you could remind me. There's a company now that is looking into into seeing if there could be a regional stock exchange. I think something like that.
I think
But
that company is JSC.
no, no, I think it's one of those auditing companies.
So, well,
Like if
continue,
anyone
continue.
online, right, is looking into that. But I personally do not think that a regional exchange is that feasible because we don't even have a common currency. And
You
the
don't need a
argument
current.
can
You
be
don't need a
made.
common
You don't need a
currency.
common currency.
No, no, we don't. But what are we going to use? What are we going to
Whatever,
use? US
the,
dollars
Whatever you want.
whatever your currency is.
It is.
no, wait, but we'll get to that because if you're going to have a regional exchange, don't you
Hmm.
think that we would need to have a common currency trading on that exchange? It's just
No,
a question because I don't know.
no, it's a good question. I don't. Well,
Because
then I was answering. I don't think so. But then you can take it.
No, I don't think so as well. But I think it's in
because
the same way. Like
aside
it kind of like,
right,
I think
so
it's up.
aside from cross-listing companies,
Hmm.
if you're going to have a regional exchange, I am thinking that you would have a common currency, and we do not, right? And one of the things people may look at the Caribbean and say, it's the Caribbean, but there's so many different things about the countries in the Caribbean. Jamaica has a different culture. Barbados seem to, well, Barbados is not as
I,
bad, but Trinidad, um, they do things a little differently as well. And now they also have a US dollar crisis. So there's so many things that would affect just having a common exchange. And
We said
so,
okay.
why say
Oh,
that?
sorry.
What's the thing that was like? Yeah, I think in when I think okay, it's currency. I can see where that can
mhm,
be a limiting factor in some ways,
yes.
but I think that's work
But,
around it. What else would there be?
well, some of the other things would be whether like the monetary policies are different for even though we're CARICOM, I do not think that we have um
So how
this
how the
common.
monetary policy affect just a regional exchange?
Well, because let us take, for instance, Trinidad. Trinidad is having more like a fixed exchange rate. I'm assuming
Mm-hmm.
because their currency haven't moved from $22 in years.
Mm-hmm.
True, they do have a fixed
And
exchange rate.
Jamaica has moved
We have
because
answered. Yes.
I remember Danai when I used to buy US dollars for $80. That's when I think I started actually saving in US dollars, and that was quite some time ago. Either between
Mm-hmm.
76 and $80. That was quite some time ago when I started buying US dollars. So, and I don't know if the currency would have depreciated so much more than 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 let us say for the
Yeah, man.
Trinidad
So, so,
market.
so, what about that is limiting? Like,
Go again. What you mean by
practically,
that?
like, so you're saying this would pose a problem to what exactly?
Well, if we have different policies, don't you think that that is going to pose a challenge where because uh,
You're not actually answering my question.
well
You
maybe I don't
asked me
know the
about my
answer to the
question.
question.
You know,
maybe
you asked me about my
maybe I
question.
don't know, maybe I don't know the answer to the question. Maybe you could
No,
answer that question for me.
but you're one put it forward.
Hmm.
You said this can be a limit. This can be a problem. I'm asking why. Like, what about it? I'm actually asking.
Well, so who is going to change their policy to suit the other country?
No, so,
You'd have to
so,
change your
so no, no,
policy.
no, no. Why does my policy have to be the same as Trinidad? Like, what's the
Well,
problem what's the problem that causes exactly?
so how are you going to determine? Well, wouldn't that help to determine like the value of the companies on the
The
market?
listings.
Don't you
No,
think?
no, Thompson. Thompson's a time.
It's a
You need to
question. It's
come
a
to grow,
question. It's
No,
a
it's true, but you
question.
need to
No, it's
come
a
to grow.
question.
You
Does
need to
it
come to
about
grow.
grow?
All markets work the same. Well, all public
All
listing
markets were the
markets
same.
work the same way. It's not the government that
Hmm.
determine the prices on it.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand the
Well,
thinking that you need a common currency, but
Currency. I can understand the currency,
yeah, I can understand
but
thinking that. I can understand thinking that, but I don't even know
but
that you even
isn't
need
it?
that.
Wait, no, man. Then isn't it the currency that you're trading the stocks with? But one of the
No,
things I was
no,
thinking too.
you're trading
Right.
ownership in the securities.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
so what are you going to? Um, how are you gonna? Well, how are you gonna like? Okay, I'm gonna pay in Jamaican dollars
Mm-hmm.
for let us say
A
okay,
hundred
let us say for
thousand
argument's
JMB
sake,
shares.
Mm-hmm.
right? For argument's sake, we're going to trade. I'm going to buy 100,000 JMB shares.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to spend. What currency am I going to buy that? If we have a common market, this is a market. What currency is it going to be listed in? It's just a
Uh,
question.
no, it's a good question. Well, it's JMB. So JMB currently is listed on the Jamaican market in Jamaican
Mm-hmm.
dollars. They're also
Mm-hmm.
listed on the Trinidadian market in Trinidadian
Yes,
dollars.
in Trinidad money, right? But that is just a cross listing.
Well, no, that's okay. That's it. They're listed. So if we had a single, let's imagine that you had
So is
a
it?
single market, but let's
So there's
Mm-hmm.
imagine
no
that it
cross
already
listing there. Everybody,
existed.
all these shares are already
Mm-hmm.
on thing there.
So there, yeah, you could do that. There could then be I wouldn't say no cross listings. I'd say think of it like
Mm-hmm.
the current Jamaican market. We have our listings that we know they're in Jamaican dollars,
We
Yes,
but
have some in USD.
we also have some US dollar shares, right? We have some
that
US
is
dollar shares. We have some
that is
companies that are
correct.
listed on the USD side. We have some
So
companies that are listed on
mhm.
both.
That is correct. That is
So you could
correct.
have
So
you could have traded in you could have a company that only trades in one currency, or it could
Correct?
denominate the shares across different currencies.
Correct. So
okay,
you could have a mhm.
so now we have come back to the US dollar.
No, no,
Is it
No,
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 that
we
no,
have
no,
not.
is
We
no,
it
have
that
not.
the
no.
We
common
have not. We have not. It could be it could be Trinidadian dollars versus Jamaican dollars. I could have my shares
That's
listed
all.
in Trinidad
Exactly.
or thing there.
And Barbadian dollars. That's all
okay,
three.
so what
So you have
about the other countries?
Jamaican, Trinidadian, Barbadian,
Mhm.
and let's say it's a JC, and I would
Eastern
prefer it to be
Caribbean
the
dollars.
JC. Okay, if you
There's
want to
also
mix
the
them
Eastern.
into, there's the EC. Yeah, hey, we're taking everything, take everything. So we got EC dollars, Barbadian
Hmm.
dollars, Jamaican dollars, and Trinidadian dollars. Jamaican, so
Okay.
I should say the Jamaican first, right?
Hmm.
And we also have US dollars, and everybody in the
Right.
region accepts and uses US dollars. Nobody's gonna say no to
Hmm.
US dollars.
Hmm.
Um, and so you have a listing and you can have where your primary listing is. So we're listed on the Caribbean Stock Exchange, the Caribbean Stock
Mm-hmm.
Market. So let's say that National fulfills all our dreams and Jamaica list on the Caribbean Stock Exchange, with their
Mm-hmm.
primary listing being in Jamaican dollars,
Mm-hmm.
and they could have a secondary listing in US dollar.
Isn't
Um,
that
let's say let's say
it could even work like in there, like say any share that you can I want to sell, I can go and say I put it for sale and
select
I
the?
see it on the thing there. Who?
No, I was asking if you could select the currency that you want
Yeah,
to trade it in.
it could consider yeah.
well, I don't know.
So
I
Isn't
don't know
that?
that. Hold on, no, I don't know that you would. I think it would be to the. It would be on the company, the listing entity, to
Mm-hmm.
choose what their securities are traded in.
yeah, it could be that.
That that is that. I think it has to be that. However,
Okay.
after that, and of course, your primary listing would be your primary market that you choose to be listed in. But then
Okay.
after that, if I'm in Jamaica and I want to buy some shares in Whitco, which is a Trinidadian company, I buy some shares in Whitco, and my account is in Jamaican dollars in Jamaica, and
Mm-hmm.
the money comes out of it, but it means that my broker has a rate that they are, if assuming that Whitco is not listed in Jamaican dollars,
Mm-hmm.
there's a rate at which my
Exchange
broker
rate.
is doing that exchange at, and that's between me and my broker. You get me? Now, if I
Okay.
had
So
Trinidadian
Randy.
dollars in my account, then I would just
Mm-hmm.
be buying the Whitco shares at the Whitco price. You know how much
So
consultancy work
Randy.
we're doing right now for free, by the way?
Randy.
Yeah, yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that isn't that just almost like a cross listing that you're
No,
describing to
we
me
have
now?
no.
Well,
Just like
yes,
stock,
in some
Basically.
ways.
in a way, but also there are stocks that are listed where you can Trans Jamaica, where you can buy
Mm-hmm.
and sell it in USD or JMD, the same shares.
Correct. So the company has to decide what its primary and secondary listings are in terms of
So
currency.
my shares are traded in these currencies,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and everybody with access to it would then get up and say, all right, I'm going to go and buy or sell those shares in whatever currency I look at and say I want to do it in, and then say it's a currency that's not in my country, then me and my broker work out the exchange rate on that.
Okay, so then
Hmm
so so basically we have come back to the point because I think that the currency that is most traded in the Caribbean would be the US dollars. So I'm assuming that
That's up. Yeah,
most of the companies would want to have a
if they
kind of
want,
a cross
but,
listing in US dollars. So but I wouldn't
cross
want.
listing is a different thing.
Yes, but then I wouldn't want a Jamaica stock ex I wouldn't want the Caribbean Stock Exchange to be trading stocks. And it is mostly now the US dollars that I have to use to purchase shares. Let us say that there's a company um
Wait, hold on.
in
Why wouldn't you want that? Now you say you want JC shares. You don't want to know that JC is making US dollars from somebody in Barbados.
but here you know, that is what I am counting on. I am counting on
So why you say you
that
wouldn't want
there
that?
no, I am counting on that there would not be a Caribbean exchange because I do not think that that would be the best thing for the JC.
Why?
Why
In my
not?
mind, in my mind, in my mind, this is my rationale.
Uh-huh.
In my mind, I am more counting on um, there to not be a Caribbean exchange, but because the Jamaican exchange is the more dominant of the exchanges, I believe, in the Caribbean, I'm counting on more cross listings from the other Caribbean countries on the JC. I'm not counting
How do you think
on
of cross listing? I think that's it.
what you mean.
When
Right.
you say cross listing, what do you mean?
So if there are good companies in some of the other countries, because the Caribbean, because the Jamaica exchange is the largest exchange, I would want them to put those companies on the JC to be traded so that we have more trading activities on the JC. That's what I
Hmm.
want for the JC.
So then if the
And
JC becomes the Caribbean Stock
So wouldn't
Exchange,
the JC be the Caribbean exchange in that scenario?
would it be though?
yeah, If I mean,
No,
If Caribbean companies are listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange,
right. If Caribbean country companies are listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, I do not consider it to be the Caribbean Exchange. I consider it to be the Jamaica Exchange. That is the most dominant exchange, and us having more
oh,
trading activities.
so all right, so our company, so in okay, so ex, what would a Caribbean exchange look like to you then?
A Caribbean exchange to me would more look like um, a common currency. And in this case, I'm going to use the US dollars, which I do not prefer. Let us say we have a common, and then all all the listed companies from all the Caribbean countries would be posted in this single exchange in US dollars. And then you would have a conversion between whichever country, because all the countries, I'm assuming that they have an exchange rate with the US
they do,
dollars.
they do.
And then when you trade, you would have to convert your currency into US in order to buy. But when you buy, you will have the option of converting it back to your dollar. And then if you want to take your money out, then you would take it out in your money. That's what I consider when I consider a Caribbean exchange. I would want, well, I am thinking that all the companies would be just listed from all the countries in this exchange, and they would all be listed in US dollars. That's what I'm thinking.
Hmm. Well,
What do
I
you
don't.
think? No, what
So
do you
so
think?
so so
What?
I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. The thing you're saying, so I think your idea of the thing is very rigid in the sense of it is one way, and then
Mm-hmm.
for me to then
No
say
other way.
I know so I then if I bring any variation of that, you then say it's not a Caribbean exchange.
What tell her your idea
No,
then? Because
no, no.
maybe
It could
she's
No,
be.
so
It
listening.
so my
Yeah.
could
so
be.
in my
I'm
mind,
waiting to hear.
so what I'm saying, so
Yes.
when you present to the idea, is it isn't then it what you're saying then? When I asked earlier when I said it wouldn't in the case that you described, wouldn't the JSC then be the Caribbean exchange, a Caribbean exchange? Because our exchange is just a place you can put your
It is.
shares for trading.
It is a Caribbean exchange. So then, let me
Yeah.
ask you this one question before you go on. Would you consider the JC to be the Caribbean exchange now? Just
Hmm.
a question. It is the
The
largest
since
exchange in the
that word
Caribbean.
the is showing a lot of way.
No, no.
That
It is
word
the
the.
largest exchange in the Caribbean, but it is not the Caribbean exchange
So
in
so
my view because
again, that word the is carrying is carrying a sentence because I'm not saying
I
the
understand what you mean.
I
I
mean
understand
a
what you mean.
Caribbean exchange. I think
Yes.
so people can freely list on the JSC, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, when I think of the JSC as a Caribbean exchange, I don't think of JSC just opening its just putting itself in the other countries and saying, hey, you can come on this year if you want.
Well, they have actually, huh? They
I
have
They
now.
know.
have because isn't that what they do now? They're
Yeah,
open
Trinidad
to.
companies
They
are listed on Jamaican Stock Exchange.
yeah, and Barbadian companies, and they can yeah, on all their markets, they're open to
Anybody can come and actually list.
companies. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Loki wasn't that in there. St. Lucian companies come here.
Yeah.
Right, right, but
So
all
what
the other
exactly?
countries,
So
all the other countries, they
and that is
still.
why I asked what you think of because again I think it's very rigid. Yeah.
But yes, yes, yes.
So again,
Um,
and then you come and ask me the thing you asked me just now kind of says this is it's leading to us as well. You asked me would I consider the JSC because X Y Z. If it doesn't look like the thing you just described, then in your mind it isn't or the
be-
Caribbean exchange.
and the reason why I said that though, the reason why I said that though is because presently there are different exchanges in the Caribbean, right? Some
Mm-hmm.
some smaller ones, some medium ones like
And
Trinidad and
they
Barbados.
don't stop. Like so are you thinking that if a Caribbean exchange is made, the JSC disappears?
I am thinking that if a Caribbean exchange is made, then every that then all the exchanges would be incorporated into one, and there will be no more.
I think you're
Um,
thinking of it in a way where you're thinking
mhm.
of it like as the exchange as a government function.
Mm.
or
No. Well, it
no,
wouldn't be a
because
government
the
function.
exchange is a private company.
It,
Yeah,
So
but
it
in
is.
your
It is.
mind,
It is.
where would this Caribbean exchange be domiciled? Where would that company
Well,
open?
I haven't thought of that yet. In my mind, I would want it to be in Jamaica since Jamaica
But it could be
um has a better platform and stuff like that. I
so
believe
you see
that.
what I'm saying exactly?
Mhm.
We're saying your thought of it is very rigid.
Well, it could be anywhere. You know that. Randy know that. It could be anywhere,
Yeah.
but
So
where would it
what?
make sense for it to be?
Yeah.
it
That's the
would
But
it
question.
would make
then
sense.
why would they then come together and group up and get rid of other why would other exchange? It would just be a competing business. If the thing if Randy came tomorrow and made that thing that you just said,
Hmm.
wouldn't it then just be a company Randy made that's competing with the JC? They wouldn't necessarily Grace wouldn't get up on like Grace, even if Grace wants to list on that, why would they no longer be on the JC?
They would still be on the JC also.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still be on the JC. I think at the core of it, I believe it just comes down to this. I think most people don't really know what the exchange really is, and how we think
Yeah.
and talk about it is not necessarily.
You're talking about it like oh the CARICOM comes together and say we should do this thing together
Yeah,
and that would be government leaders coming and talking and it's not a government
Hmm.
function.
yeah. It's not a
Hmm.
government function at all.
Oh,
It
it's
is.
not. It's not. It's not.
So
I know it's not a government function.
so
I know it's
We're
not a
so
speaking about it
government
in
function.
the way that other people do like it is.
so it's a dream of mine. So one of well, I'll stick to the idea as you mentioned it. So
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
ideally, I'm biased in saying ideally, but ideally the JC would be the vehicle to create the Caribbean exchange.
Okay.
Yeah. You said how? Sorry.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no. I'm
sorry.
listening. I'm
Okay.
listening.
So ideally it would
I'm
be the
listening.
JC, that would be it. You said it, and I was looking at the Trinidad listings just now, and
Hmm.
you said something, and I wondered, is the JC the most Caribbean exchange that we have currently? And I think it may be.
The most dominant one, I think.
No,
I would
when I
think.
say most Caribbean, I don't mean dominant. Yeah, we're dominant. That's known. But I just meant like,
But
like are there more cross listings on the TTSC than
mm-hmm.
there are on the JSC? I
And I've
want
Are
never
there
checked
more
that.
foreign? Are there
Uh,
more non
ex
TTP
non-home
based on the
country
TTSA
listing.
than non
Exactly.
Jamaican? Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
checked
we
that.
have that.
But do you know?
No,
Do
no,
you
no,
know how many?
we have more.
I would assume, right?
I
I
don't
would
know if we have
assume
more because I don't know if all the listings on the TTSC are TP
You're true.
listing.
You're
from
right. Fair.
TT
Yeah,
or from
yeah, yeah,
TT.
exactly. I don't know.
Could be. Could be.
So there,
Even
yeah. And if you think technically, then the Eastern Caribbean Exchange would probably be the
and
most.
do you consider Saint Lucia companies to be
Ah,
Jamaican?
that's a good point. That's a good point. I
Well,
mean,
well,
legally, no, I don't
that's a good point
consider St. Lucia companies to
No,
be
they don't. They
Jamaican
aren't.
companies, officer. Uh,
because Saint Lucia Companies isn't it's just an address, right? Oh my goodness,
no,
because
it is
because
a
of the tax
legal vehicle.
advantages.
No, an address is a big thing. Address is a
It is
big
Yeah.
thing.
legal. It is legal. No one says it's not legal, right?
No,
But
Um,
it
an
is
address is a big deal.
it's a
it is a
massive deal.
tax
It's a
tax
massive deal.
advantage strategy.
Not only,
Well, yes, right.
but
You're right.
yeah, tax. You're talking a company side, but it's tax.
Mm-hmm.
The government say you have to pay me, my tax them.
Exactly.
You're at my
Oh.
yard, so the address is a big deal.
Wow.
All, all right.
So
So we
I'd say no. Let me
right.
just cap that point. So
Yes.
I got a little off on a tangent, but for the Jamaican
Yeah.
exchange, I would believe and I would want it to be the JSC. And so how I do it is, I mean, there are many ways. Let's go with what like some people would hope that the JSC is doing now. Maybe the JSC incorporates something in Barbados, uses that a vehicle take over the Barbadian Stock Exchange. So you
Mm-hmm.
absorb all of those listings. You change your name from the JSC to maybe the CSE, Caribbean Stock
Mm-hmm.
Exchange. You
Okay.
absorb all of those Barbadian listings, so they're all listed on the CSE. So now you see them on JTrader, and on JTrader they have JTrader and they see your listings also.
Very true.
Yeah, and then maybe they do
Mm-hmm.
a second move where they merge with the TTSC in 2027
Mm-hmm.
when the TTSC is on T+1, and
Mm-hmm.
then the TTSC becomes a part of the CSC, and then it's just the CSC, and the CSC has all the listings on it, and all the listings on it means that all the people in all the countries see all of their countries' listings, plus they see all of
Yes.
their
Yes.
the other
Yes.
listings.
Yes,
And
yes.
then you don't have to really worry about the different currencies, you know. But no, and this one I am just jumping back to what I know. A
Mm-hmm.
company's securities are listed in the currency that the company has decided that they should be listed in. That is that. If you want to buy it or sell it in another currency, that's between you and your broker. I wouldn't want the JC necessarily to get into that side of it unless they have it mapped out where they can profit from it. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
it is possible to set up however you want, but it could just be between you and your broker. And this is actually how the Nasdaq came up, right? It's how the New York Stock Exchange, NYSE, Nasdaq. People said the U.S. markets, but there are actually loads of different regional markets that were absorbed, bought, taken over, and put together to form what we all call the U.S. market. The same thing could and should happen in the and will, I would say, will happen in the Caribbean. Just a matter of how
Mm-hmm.
long. It could be the same U.S. markets that force it. Stock exchanges all over the world have been consolidating,
Yeah, yeah.
because it only makes sense, right? So
Right,
just
right,
to bring it back to your
right.
original point, though, it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
want it to be the JC that does it, but it doesn't really. I want it to be the JC that does it, but there's many ways to do it. And to
Right.
just
That's what I'm saying too.
answer your early
That's my
question,
thinking as well.
it does
If the
not
J,
have to be a. There does not have to be a single currency for the market to work. Um, right now, if a Jamaican wants to trade on the US market, some brokers offer it. You go to those brokers, you're paying them Jamaican dollars, they're giving you US dollars, or you're giving them US dollars, and then they're doing the trade there. The
yeah, but
currency
they have to
exchange
convert it.
happens. Yeah, but that's between
You know that
you
they
and the
would have
broker.
to convert it.
But that's between
You
you and
know
the
that they would.
broker. That's between
Yeah,
you and the broker. So you don't
yeah.
have to.
I am seeing. I'm liking the arrangement. Anything that has to do with the JC taking over the other exchanges, I would definitely be for that.
Hey,
But
listen.
as you said before, there are more than one strategies for doing that, and we're not sure yet how exactly that would go.
I'm not sure how it would
But
go, but I want it to be
right.
a JSC function, and I'd want it to be I'd want it to be yeah, I'd want it to be a
Hmm.
JSC
Hmm.
function. Um,
Definitely.
and
I think the currency issue could be solved.
I don't think there's a currency issue at all.
It could be. It could
I
be.
don't.
It
Yeah,
could be.
I
There
It
is,
don't.
could
let
be.
me let me say that there
I
is
don't
no
think. I
currency
don't.
issue. There is no currency
I don't
issue.
think there's a currency issue.
It
I
could
think
be
we're
if they
making
really
it.
want it to work.
There is no currency
Um.
issue
I
right
don't
now.
think there's a currency issue.
There
Right.
is no currency issue. Companies list securities in the currency
Mm-hmm.
that they want it to be listed in, and you participate in that currency.
As you please.
It happens right now. If you buy it,
Mm-hmm.
you can buy Trans Jamaica in Jamaican
In
dollars,
USD.
sell it. You can sell it in US dollars, and immediately you will see a US dollar amount in
Balance
your
in your
J
account.
Trader. Yeah, and you can cash it out in
Mm-hmm.
US dollars, and you can do it vice versa. There is no currency issue. That if it works for US dollars, it works for everything else. It could just be that, oh, I have TTB in my account, or I have BB, Barbadian dollars in my account, and I also have US dollars in my account. And a savvy broker would make it seamless for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but
Um,
it would depends. It would depend, though, Randy. I agree with you, but it would depend on how many different currencies you have in it, because it would be pointless to have, let us say, um five different currencies on the
Why?
same
Why
exchange.
pointless?
why would it be pointless if you have to handle five different countries who deal
In
with
your
five
account,
different currencies?
you have five different currencies in your account to trade stuff.
Yeah, actually, well, no,
Uh,
I
I
have
see that as a
three. I
stretch.
have three. Well, it's not a stretch. It does. The computers can handle it. The computers are strong. They handle
Okay.
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
It's not hard to make that work at all.
yeah, no, it's not difficult at all.
Mhm.
The currencies are solved problems. Um, I,
Okay. Okay. I will come off of that point, but I just want to say this one thing before we come off of that point. And maybe I know that you don't like some of this conversation, but it's okay. Um,
I love this
when I
conversation. It
buy,
was good. I enjoyed it.
no, I'm saying that when I buy, let us say I want to buy something on the US exchange, right?
Hmm.
And let us say, for argument's sake, um, I am in Canada or one of those other countries and so on. When I want to buy something, if I want to buy something on the US exchange, I have to convert my currency to the US dollars in order to buy something that is listed there. Just the same way. if
Well,
there's a company,
hold on one
let us
second.
say,
Do you?
wait, I know you're coming. I know you're
No,
coming.
do you do that, or do you put the money in your brokerage account and your broker allows you to buy it there, and you buy it, and it all happens behind the scenes?
No, you have to do the conversion.
As
Let
in,
us say
you
that
go
you
and
want to.
you press a button that says convert to US dollar.
Yes, I do. Let us
That
say that
that broker is
there's an
smart.
Australian
That broker
company.
is smart.
Let us say that there's an Australian company,
Uh-huh.
right? That is listed on the US exchange.
Mm-hmm.
That Australian company is not listed on the US exchange in Australian dollars. It is listed on the US exchange in US dollars.
Well,
So
that might be a little different. They use sometimes they use
Quite so.
depository, or what they
they're
call the
all.
depository receipts, or
Mm-hmm.
the
Hmm.
broker is handling it behind the scenes for
The
you.
scenes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So bear in mind,
Yeah, it's a
currencies
little
are made up
different.
thing, currencies are made up thing. So if I'm looking at
And the
TSMC,
US example
yeah,
is
T-
because the US dollar. The
eh,
US dollar is a very special thing in this world.
exactly. Yeah, US dollar
And that's the
is the
right,
reserve
right, right,
currency of the world. Don't
right.
tell
So
China. But but
and
but
so right, no.
but what I'm saying is that behind the scenes, it's happening already. It's already happening. It's already a solved problem. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's happening. And it's already a solved problem. I don't. If the only thing in the way is the currency, then the wrong
Hmm.
conversation. If the people with the power to do it are
Hmm.
thinking that the currency is the issue, then they we need new people. The currency is not the problem.
Maybe. But that issue has been solved already by other countries. So I'm sure that like the Caribbean, they can easily
Easy, yeah.
as you say, just copy one of those strategies. All right. So um that would be one of my buying point for
For the JC.
for the JC.
Okay.
And we also spoke about this micro market that may come or should come, and there's also shorting that should come that I I I think should also boost boost the JC a bit, having more trading activities and so on. And I'm still thinking, looking, and I'm waiting to hear some other ideas. But one of the things I liked I liked Dr. Marlene Street Forest. I like how she was very forthcoming with information and so on. She's retired. We hats off to her. She has
Yeah, yeah.
put a lot of effort into the market. But this new managing director, no, I
Hmm.
saw him speaking on Khalila's show, and he didn't grab me as someone with a lot of vision. And I wonder if like me me still having confidence, right, in the JC,
Uh-huh.
but he's a little different, and it takes like a fighting spirit that Marlin had to drive the market, and he's just a little different than I would have expected. I was expecting, what's his name, this younger guy from GK. You guys can help me with his name. Wh-
Steven?
who?
Steven?
No, I didn't get that. Go again.
The CEO of GKFG?
No, no, I think he's the CEO of the financial
GK
division.
Financial Group. Yeah, yeah,
GKFG,
Stephen.
Stephen.
yeah.
Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, he's a
Stephen is
chairman.
his
He's a
name?
chairman of JSC. Stephen is his
He's the
name.
chairman.
Yeah.
I was more thinking about him when I was thinking of the director and so on, but I guess he probably likes GK more. And of course, will probably give him more opportunities in the future, because if GK splits into foods and financial, then he's probably going to be the CEO of the financials, right?
He's already the
So who would
CEO.
give
He's
that?
already the
He's already
CEO of
CEO of
the
the company.
financial,
Right, but I mean, if it splits and become two different companies,
which it is.
or if one goes on
It
the
is.
market, one goes on
It will.
whichever market they want to list on,
The Jamaican
and then
market,
that would be
it
separate
will.
entities, right?
But they are.
Are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, technically. Okay,
No, no,
I
no.
never think.
Realistically,
they
yeah,
are.
practically,
Okay, okay.
one
So I
doesn't
was
have
looking
ownership
to.
stake in one.
Okay,
Different
so I
thing.
was looking for him to be the director. I don't know
I mean,
who
he's
else
still the
was
chairman.
appointed.
He's still the chairman.
No,
He's
no. I
still
think
the
no, no.
chairman.
No. I think something is saying she. Oh, okay. Wait, okay. Never mind. Continue, Randy.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
saying he's still the chairman,
Yeah.
and I mean, I hear your comments on the gentleman. I've never met him, sir, and I haven't listened to him speak. I
I've
won't say
never
that.
met him
Same.
myself, but I saw him on Khalila's show, and but I don't know him yet, right? We have to give him a chance to work himself, and I don't want to make too many pronouncements before you even get your foot,
I would say
properly in
that.
the
Oh,
door.
I would say that. And also, let's remember that. I mean, there's some amount of continuity he might want to do. I agree with you, Dr. Street Forest put her time in at the wicket.
Yeah, man. She
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 earned
did
my
put her
respect.
whole self in there. She did put
She
her
earned my
whole
respect.
self in there.
But this gentleman is not like he's not new to it. He was on the board. No,
He was he
I believe
well
so.
well he did say that he went abroad for a while to work with. Where was he working
He's
for a
done.
long
He's worked
time?
a
I
lot
think
of places.
five years.
I didn't watch Kalila's thing, but he's been to a few places. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Let's give him a
yeah.
chance and see. Let's give him a chance and see.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I say too.
he's
That's what
just
I
come
say
in.
too. But
This first month in terms of running the organization, and everybody have their own style. You
I
never know.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. I agree. But I loved Marlene. She gave the market quite a burst of energy there, right? So
she did a job that is a lot more difficult than people realize.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Definitely. So all these ideas come together. I do think that the JC is a well has more than a chance in my view because I'm already thinking of getting a good chunk of shares as much as I can afford for sure. you know
Well,
and
I hope you can afford I hope you can afford a lot. As I said, I agree with you that um, I think that there is a lot of value there. I'm obviously buying. I don't own enough. I'm buying more. And I'll continue to buy
yeah
more. I
keep
think the JC is a good one. And that point you made around dividend is not a
mm,
weak one either. It's not a light one either. The JC is a strong dividend payer.
4%.
4% currently.
But just at this price
At,
because the
at the,
price has fallen off a bunch,
but
right?
but
From
that's great for yield, right?
But
mm-hmm.
that's good for yeah,
Yeah, that's
good
great
for
for
you,
yield.
no
And
question
Yeah,
about
same,
it.
same. You say you can 11.50, not the 12, right?
correct. And
For your price.
The JC's yield is it puts it amongst the best in the market. And yes, amongst the best in the market currently, and it has maintained it for quite a while. And it's continued to grow. Actually, it's bigger than it was last year. That's bigger than it was the year before. That it has a bit of growth to it. And I mean, I'm biased. I mean, this whole thing we're talking about is all
Yeah,
securities on the JC. So the JC, I don't think is even at half of its potential yet. There's a whole heap more to come.
I
So
don't think so either. I don't think
yeah,
so.
so I'm with you
I
there.
hope it goes on to do bigger things. I hope it goes on to do bigger things.
One
So
of the things I was thinking about in terms of like rainy day,
Hmm.
no matter what's happening generally, the JSC to JSC,
Exactly.
it's the things that are still listed.
yes,
So
definitely. Mm-hmm.
something
Mm-hmm. And
happens general, something happens and it affects a company. There's something happens in Jamaica, hurricane comes and maybe a company over there so have a problem. Maybe a company gets a boon out of it, something good happen for them. But the JSC is
mm-hmm.
still they're still listed. So all the activity that happens throughout that situation is on the JSC.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So
as
it
long as
maintains
there's
a certain
listing
level of
going
stability
on,
as a company.
yeah,
Well, no, not only
as
as
long as
long as
there's
there,
listings going
So
on,
not only as long as
not
there's
as what?
listings going on. It's just the JC,
No,
even
no.
when
The
there are
things are
no
already listed.
listings, even
The
when there are
things are
no
already
listing.
listed.
Yeah,
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 lots
and
of trading activities, lots of
it doesn't need new list. It doesn't
trading
need
activities for sure.
yeah. It doesn't
some
need an
things
exciting
you,
new listing for more money to flow for it to be uh, for it to make money.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man,
It is a platform on which everything else happens. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the thing that would be bad for the JSC is if why Jamaica mash up.
Basically,
Like it's
basically,
the the business isn't based on if food coming or or if there's a
no.
hurricane happening. The thing the reaction we
Mm-hmm.
have in other things that are affected is profit for JSC, revenue
correct,
for
Yeah.
JSC. Oh, I'll trade this thing down because hurricane bad for it. Well, that trading is JSC's money.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, you're right. Even when people are running from the market, that's profit for JC.
People aren't running from
Because
the
there's
market.
more
And
trading
people
activities. More
if
trading.
if you quote unquote run from the market, that means they sold the shares to somebody who was buying.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody running in, somebody running out. Somebody running out is somebody running in. And that's
Correct.
JSC again.
Fees on
That's
both ends.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that 4% is not because it was not 4% before. As you said um that dividend would have increased in recent times because when I did my research first to um to get a basket of stocks to put in my portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
I did have some JC before, but I sold it and I actually sold it at a loss because I bought it. I think I bought some at $18 and I had it for a while, and then I sold it, and I think I bought into Trans Jamaica. That was not a bad trade because I was in a loss for a long time. But yes, I'm willing to give JC a shot, and that is what I'm going to be using my dividends to do, but not all of it.
Mm-hmm.
One other things that I wanted to mention, and I heard you guys mentioning it before on the show as well, that um people, I don't know if people understand the the power right now that Transjam is giving us. And
You heard us talking about it?
I would want to say that aside from Randy,
Yeah, no, I'm
I
hearing
have
you.
opened myself, I have opened for myself
Mm-hmm.
a new bank account.
Congrats.
I've
Yeah,
opened
Android
for
computer.
myself a new bank account and it is called Transjam.
Oh, okay.
And I've opened this bank account for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been putting money into this bank account and I've been watching as this bank account appreciate in price. And not only that, but I've gotten dividends from my bank account today.
Congrats.
I, I don't know if people know how easy it is to just put money in this stock. Even if the price is going up, still put some more in it because I got some dividend last week from some of the other companies I own,
Mm-hmm.
and I did put them in Transjam, even though the price was a bit high. But I was saying to myself, you know what? I'm still up um over 10%,
Correct.
and I'm collecting my my dividends at the same time. I can choose what I want to do with it, whether I want to buy more or not. Of course, I'm going to buy more because I got that today. And I don't know if people understand how you can just sit back, do almost nothing, and grow this bank account.
Well, I think they do because it is the
Yeah,
most,
every week we have somebody else saying the same thing.
yeah, it's the most popular
No,
stock on the
because no,
market,
because guess what?
and it's
Guess
the
what?
The
Guess
most,
most
what?
popular stock on the market,
and it's the
most
most
spoken
Guess
traded
stock
what?
on the
stock. It's the
market,
most spoken
It,
about.
mo-
most traded.
right,
Yeah.
most traded stock, most spoken about. I have a different position that I'm not buying and selling, right? I'm holding that because I'm already getting like a 13.5, almost 14% dividend from that. So I'm not even touching that. I'm talking about a new position
Okay,
that I'm now building, which is way more expensive than what I had before.
and it's also
But
in
people are
Trans
looking at it,
Jamaica.
and it's also in Trans Jamaica.
All
That is
right,
just my bank account, my
you
my
need to
account,
come
my
to
new account.
you need to come to grow and learn about
Of
average
course, of,
pricing, meaning
of course, of
meaning
course, of course, I need
meaning
to. I need to.
I'm only doing it just so
Mm,
that when the next time that like we will
mm,
know after you've done grow because you're talking, the things you're saying will change.
yeah,
So
I
for example,
know.
you can't.
Of
I mean, you can say that's a different account, sure, but
But it's the same
it's the same
stock,
money.
same money.
Yeah, it's the same money. So
It's your money.
you
It
have
doesn't
X
stop being your
amount of,
money.
exactly. You have X amount of Trans Jamaica. You might have it split up in three different places. It's just one Trans Jamaica you have. Average, find the average. That's how much. Add up how much you spent across all of them, and add up how much Trans
But
Jamaica
guess
shares you
what?
have, and divide it. That's how
Divide
much
it.
your Trans
Guess
Divide
what?
Jamaica
it by.
price is.
No, that's like
No,
saying
no, no,
my
no.
Jamaican
Yes,
dollars in my right pocket and my Jamaican dollars in my left pocket
yes,
are different.
I can do average, please. I can, and I know what it would be like if I put them together, but I won't
I understand.
Why?
because
Oh,
for
That's fine.
this now, for this now, and this is what I want to say too. I have been having issues sometimes with just getting funds into the account when I need funds into the account. Let us say that I want to buy into an IPO. When you're buying into an IPO, everyone's trying to get money into the account to buy IPO,
hmm
you know, and and everyone. at the investment houses. They're so busy. They're all over the place.
Hmm.
So it is going to play right into my strategy now, where and I know that if there's an IPO, of course, people are gonna try selling down stocks to buy into it and so on. But this is
If
one
assuming that
position
it's good, assuming that it's a
where
good IPO.
yeah, assuming that is a good one. This is one position now where I am just holding it there. I'm getting my interest from my bank account.
Hmm.
Um, my bank account is also growing, it's appreciating, and I also have access to the funds right in my brokerage account, where if I need to um, buy into an IPO tomorrow, the money is still right there. Very convenient.
Well,
So that is just my strategy. I'm not saying it should be everyone else's strategy. Just saying that that is my strategy, and it has many advantages for me. So um and yes, Randy, I know what average price is.
no,
Trust me, I know.
I know
I
that.
know. I know what average.
It's not a matter of knowing, that's not the point.
Mm. And right, and I understand how it works too. I understand how average prices work, but I'm saying that this is a in my mind, and because you
I
have also provided
Hmm.
um your my money JA, so you can always have one portfolio over here and another one over there,
That's a
even if it
hundred
is
percent true.
imaginary.
That's
you
a
know,
hundred percent
I
true.
can
So
always put it over there and manage it in a different way.
if it works for you, I have learned enough about business. If it works for you, keep doing it.
Right, right.
Straight up.
I can manage it in a
Yeah.
different way, and and I do not have to put my money down in an NCB or Scotia Bank or JMB or JN. Is there still JN Bank that is working, or
Yeah, I
whatever the
believe
other
there
was that
is. I believe there is. Well,
right,
you
whatever that
left. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up because we have been talking for a while. Well, thank
yeah.
you. I
Still
like
with
your
the
point, and
Randy.
I like especially your point. Yes,
On the
Tab.
Caribbean exchange, I like that
No, man,
concept.
Yeah,
me
I
did
like
just
the carbon exchange.
want to ask Tom Sings a
So,
question
I'm still
about
here jumping.
the money in the brokerage account.
Hmm.
Say actually saving money in your brokerage account.
No, I have all that money I call my savings account. I've actually bought shares of Transjam with it. When I say it's my savings account, it's not money that's just sitting there. It is in Transjam and it's working. Maybe not as hard as the other funds may be working, but it's still working. When I say have it in the account, I do not just have it sitting there. I have been buying into shares of Transjam, and as Randy said, yes, I have bought at higher average prices, but that's okay too.
yeah, listen, there's nothing wrong with buying at high average
Yeah,
prices. I mean,
that's not
yeah,
the point.
at all. Yeah, that's good. I encourage that in the right cases. I do it all the time. Yeah, I do it all the time. But I like the points that you brought up, Tom Sings, and I'm going to try and wrap with that tidbit.
Yes, 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 for sure. You guys have a good night, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Here's a
big up
tidbit
something. Good to hear
I
from
had
you.
in mind. It was actually from a conversation I was having in the group recently, and it was around again rainy day. Like one of the points behind rainy day is that if you need your money to stretch as far as it can. Um, you need your money to stretch as far as you can. So obviously you're going to try and look for the best place for it, right? I'm always thinking about that same thing we were talking about earlier, the strategy, the best way to approach, whatever your strategy is, the best way to get the most profit, the most bang for your buck. And it's funny, we were talking about dollar, and I was looking at dollar and the math around it. The math around dollar is interesting to me because, oh yeah, I just said the simple point. I actually shoot, let me find my exact words so I don't get it wrong. Um, but it's pretty much, it's like, I think the level of return that you would get on dollar, if you look at the current dividend level of dollar, you look at the yield that you're getting in terms of dividend. I assume because the dividend has fallen off for the last year compared to the year before. And I was just looking at it, and if they continue with that level of dividend, the return that I was seeing by calculating it, the return I was seeing on owning dollar shares that you get from the dividend. So it's, the return you get from, I think I worked out at 2 million, you get the same effect by buying something like 83,000 of the dollar bond. Like the discrepancy, it was not a discrepancy because it's the same company at the core, right? Same asset at the core. But yeah, it's just huge. It was just literally a huge divide to me. I was thinking about, wow. Like if I'm, because I know how many people care about dividends, I talk about dividends all the time. I was kind of like, wow, the yield that you get from owning the dollar shares, at least at the price I worked out at, I think yesterday, you get the same effect from $2 million from in the shares or 83,000 in the bond. And it then made me start thinking again about strategy and what that looks like. Like, what would my strategy look like if I'm putting money down for the rainy day? Would I buy a dollar? Would I buy the dollar bond? Yeah, right. Because and then the conversation in the group went down along a line, but pretty much we're like, half a million, half a billion. I think like half a billion in dollar bond is around like the same effect as buying 4 billion of dollar shares. Yeah, that's wild. I think that's the same thing. Like, if I might get the numbers wrong again here, but no, that's like if you don't have $4 million, the effect you get from buying $4 million worth of dollar shares, you don't have $4 million, but you have 500,000 Jamaican. The 500,000 Jamaican in the bond gives you the same effect as 4.4 million dollars in the dollar shares. Yeah, so like in terms of rainy day stocks, rainy day strategies, rainy day strategies. I guess I'm coming right back to the bond market again. It is a real, Philip, if you will, it's a real Philip. It's a great thing for your money, to have the options of the bond market. And yeah, it's a broader base. It's just giving the market a broader base, more options. The same thing that we always dream about. Yeah, because then I'm thinking the people that would think about that and do it. How long before you have people jumping on some of the opportunities that the bond market is offering? And then that then means, having more people looking at it, you have more people actually participating. What happens when some of these bonds start actually, they're able to be actively traded, but you don't have much activity? What happens when the market activity and the bonds ramp up? Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, even though we have some, as usual, there's always some usually MJEs trading, some trading above par, some trading, I don't know if any are trading below par. No, I don't think any are below par, but at par or above par. That means that somebody got to get out with early interest payments, plus got to sell some of the shares, so they got out of the bond without waiting. In this case, they'd have gotten out without waiting 2 more years. Yeah, that's a strong option for a rainy day, either now or in 2 years. But yeah, I thought I'd share
There are
that
lots of
dollar.
interesting things in trading bonds, a lot of interesting things. And it's a lot of interesting. It's a longer conversation. I think it's easier he'll just Randy. So yeah.
Yeah. So probably, not probably, easily the most potentially exciting part of the market to me.
Same.
Yeah, most potentially exciting part of the market to me. But no. But and I'm also wondering.
I think Shay would probably interested in that. In a robust bond market, I think Shay would be interested. It's not a lot of crazy, crazy. It's not a lot of crazy returns that you hear in stocks, but there's a lot of smaller returns that you can just rack up, and the small things happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of surprises, if the work you do, if you can do the day to day.
Yes.
It's
I mean, the big part of US and the trading. There's heavy. The bond market is the biggest market. There's heavy trading in that market. There's a lot of money that the day traders in the houses in America. So the forex thing. Yes, they have that there, but the forex thing is heavy. When people speak about it, retail thing there. But like the bond market, people that work in the houses, a lot of trading is on that. Very active people, very active moves, very often.
Lots of opportunity. That don't always look
Yep.
initially like opportunity, but we'll revisit it in a couple of years, maybe. I don't know if it'll take years. Who knows? Because how long did it take the USD market to get to where it kind of is now, where there's a little bit more activity? Still not a lot, but a lot more than 3, 4, 5 years ago. A lot more things, a lot more activity on it. I can't wait for the bond market to get there, and a lot more listings. We'll see. Anyway, I don't want to keep us all night. Trying to stay within the bounds. I know we've got pretty late as this already, but I think it's been good. I've enjoyed the conversations. I don't know. Yeah, you guys can give it your wrap up, Shay, that night, and then we'll wrap and call it a night.
All right, people. Interesting conversation. I thought it was had. Big up Thompson calling in. Great conversation. Big up Shay again. Shay giving us a good one this week again.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stop thinking about it for the rest of the night. I know that. And I'm not advanced. I'm beginner grow. Anybody is stuck at home, you want to avoid the rain, you want to learn how to do some investing, feel free.
Shay, when you feel like doing another some more short-term moves, leave me. I just want to be a butterfly. Fly on the wall. I just want to hear about it and understand more there. I said the same to Shani sometime before. I don't really take her up on it too tough. But yeah. Big up people. See you again next week. Hopefully. I expect so, but hope you guys weather the storm. Hope everything going good and nobody end up in any real bad situations. Best case scenario, it misses us, but best case scenario. Hope that's the hope. So yeah. Big up people. See you again next week, and yeah, happy to have you guys this week. Over to you, Shay. Shay, we're not hearing you. Or I'm not hearing you.
No, she's muted. Shay. You have to unmute, Shay.
Yes, are you hearing me now?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah, hearing you.
Excellent. This whole time. All right. Yeah, I had fun. I think this week was a nice little episode. We got into some really important things, some really important points, and I look forward to doing my little day trading show with you sometimes. Yep. Everybody stay safe. If you know you can't handle a lot of the social media doom thing, just don't get on there. Try to do other things. Because that's probably what you're going to see a lot of. So if you can't manage, just get off. Stay safe. And hopefully we'll see you next week. And you'll be able to see us next week.
Yeah, big up. And I'll just wrap by saying thank you to everybody. I hope you guys got some good points around the rainy day stuff. Thank you to Dana and Shay as always for doing this, and for everybody who came, Tav and Thompson, and also just the messages, the texts, the tweets. Big up Jutsa. Jutsa never jump on now, but Jutsa, we always want to hear more of those little moves. And for the people who might be just like me, searching for that strategy, that best. I'm always looking to improve it, always looking to see it change. So everybody looking for that best, I mean, feel free to come on 1 week and let's talk about it. As you can hear, we're always very passionate about it. So it's something that we always want to talk about. Then I always want to talk about it. I always want to talk about it. Shay does it, so I know she'll talk about it. And everybody make it through the next couple of rainy days fine. Eat up all the bread, spend up the money, and help these companies get the revenue that they want to make for the Q4. For the Q4, please. And yeah, big up, it's been BrickTalk. Hope you guys enjoy. I will see you again next week. Night, everybody.
Night.
Big up, people.